Good evening, 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 and welcome to Game Night Classics on a Saturday, which is unusual because we're doing the Switcheroo week, but it's lovely to have you here. Thank you very much to We Like Shapes and to Samster for those subscriptions that have just come through right there, 2 and 10 months respectively. Thank you very much, and messages from both. On balance, I would quite like to be a millionaire. And from Samson, 10-month subscription, baby. Wine, not settle down with some face-off, followed by Millionaire. Let's win some pennies. Yes, I have actually added the penny implementation into Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which took probably about 10 minutes longer than I thought it would because it's an old build and doesn't use TwitchLib and has got a few idiosyncrasies with it that aren't consistent with the raffle system, but I did manage to get it in, so that's all good. Of course, you no bonus pennies for winning in Millionaire, but you do get your name in pride of place on the leaderboard. Let me say hello to you all. I hope you're keeping well. I've had a good weekend. First thing I need to tell you at the top of the night is that apparently I'm old and fat now. I didn't know. This is the news. So I shared a photo on the Facebook account earlier on from 6 years ago, when I was still teaching high school, and my former colleague, who is now the head teacher of said same school, she was tagged in it in this photo from 6 years ago. We directed a play. We directed a school play together. I was going to lower my chair actually because I'm a little bit high for the camera. We directed a play together and I uploaded it. I can't believe this was 6 years ago. And Megs has picked up this photo earlier on. Oh yeah, on her phone. She's looked at this photo that I've reshared on the Facebook profile, and she said, "Goodness me, look at how young and thin you look."
I was not. This is slander, is what this is. I might have said those things. It's being taken out of context.
Look at how young and thin you are.
No,
is what I got.
The passage of time takes its toll on all of us, and we all look. Hi, everyone. He has been so unreasonable about this.
I haven't been unreasonable. I think you spent the next 5 minutes apologising to me while I washed up. I threatened to put the colander on her head without drying it.
I didn't mean to make it sound like you're old and fat. I just meant that you were a lot thinner back then. And I was obviously younger, you know.
Before we had met, we've been together 6 years in August, so it was about 6 months before we met. But yeah, you missed out on that edition of Ben, the young and thin one. All you've got is this old husk of a man. I
think it's me who's done this to you.
This quivering mound of lard is what you've got left.
I keep feeding you too much, and it's also because, you know, being married to me is not an easy task.
I agree with Nata. I'm not a fat old Ben. I'm a maturing wine.
Yeah, sure, Wes. 6
years in October as well, Oni. Congrats. When you're going to tie the knot? I know you're engaged. You're going to tie the knot, or are you just sort of comfortable living in... I don't know if you're living together, actually. I can't back that up, but yeah.
Judgmental.
I'm not being judgmental. I'm not being judgmental. Just as in portly, yes, a little bit portly. Anyway, next year, fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed for you, Only. Hopefully everything clears up and that allows. My brother's supposed to be getting married this year, so I'd like to think everything's ready by next year. Anyway, I've got 4 players waiting in the wings I need to introduce. We'll chat more a bit later on, I'm sure. I'm old and fat. Anyway, it's well, let me say hello to you all first of all, because I've got players in the green room. I don't know if I've got anyone around. If I'm assuming all your sounds are working, you'll have figured that out amongst yourselves. So, oh, here's an Ash. Ash has just popped into the green room. Thank you, mate. If you could just make sure everything is working for all 4 players, and then I'll bring their voices in a minute. But first of all, let me say hello to you all. We've got Ardent Fett, Sapoto Nuevo, Kazvez, Juice Man, Jerry Eris, good evening, AB Me, Top 1 Gaming, Brand New, Halo, Zeus, me, I'm here, hello. Milk Like Substance, Persephone's Twitch spot, always good for her to show up. Innes, Cola, Clive, Nightbot's here, hello, good evening, Nightbot, Energia, Ash the Bash, Mithers, oh god, I'm running out of move. Diamond Ninja, Bluey, Jogging Chum, Adster, Prugs, Procyon, good evening, Lewis, Big Man Aaron, VJ Willie, that's a new name, don't think I've seen before, very welcome to you, lovely to have you here. Jay Whitelinger, Maniac, Claire, Lee Link, Matt the Ref, good evening, Tyson, Bain, Oni, it's Sotley, Lupine, We Like Shapes, DMM, M. Clemson, Samster, Panda, Natter, Kira, Dan, Hodders, and anybody else who is lingering and lurking in the stream. It is wonderful to have you here. Oh yes, don't forget to turn off public notifications during the game. That's a very good point. I shall do that immediately, Proves. Thank you for the reminder. Good evening to you all, even if you're not. The bot only picks you up if you type a message. So even if you're just chilling and not wanting to type, you're very welcome, and it's lovely to have you here. So we are moving on to what is approaching. In fact, this will mark the halfway point of the heats for the Face-Off tournament. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heats so far. Shall we just take a little peep at that leaderboard and see where we're going? So starting off with Face-Off tonight, so that the contestants and the competitors have got a clear idea of exactly where they are in the evening, because Millionaire is a little bit of an unknown quantity, but we're going to have 3 games of Millionaire a bit later on as well. So we can see Toot at the top of the league and Samster there in second. This evening features 2 matches. Natter vs Brig vs Lupine vs Ape is going to be starting imminently, and then immediately afterwards we're going to have Oni vs Clive vs Keshi versus Proogs. So lots of things to be thinking about here. Toot has got a clear lead at the moment, those not playing this evening. All players have now had 2 games, so that is the current standings of the leaderboard as they are right now. Lots of players hoping to make a dent and to up their scores a little bit further. And yes, this has got the updated times from last week. There was a small oversight on my part where I condoned an answer that I shouldn't have done. It resulted in Ralph and Brig getting a few extra seconds. Sorry, Samster and Brig? Samster and Brig, not Ralph and Brig. Sorry, Ralph. Samster and Brig getting a few extra seconds on their clock, but this is now up to date. Yeah, cannelloni indeed. So those are the standings as it stands at the moment. We're going to have 2 back-to-back games, and then we're going to have 3 games of Millionaire. I'm doing things a little bit differently with Millionaire tonight, as I intimated in the server earlier on, which if you're not there, by the way, you can come and join, and you definitely should come and hang out with us. Yeah, I'll explain more about Millionaire as and when we get there. But for now, 4 players waiting in the wings, and I'm hoping that they're about to come through into the studio. I'm just going to undeafen the Discord and undeafen everything else in there. I'm hoping Ash is going to bring them through to me in just a second, and here they come. So let's meet the first of our 4 face-off contestants this evening. We have got Liam, the 30-year-old game show fan from Ireland. We've got Brig, the 39-year-old library assistant from Cambridge. We've got Ralph from Huddersfield, and we've got Ape, the 32-year-old entertainer from Wisconsin in the USA. To all 4 of you, good evening and welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Lovely to have you all with us. How are you keeping? Let's have a chat with you one at a time, first of all, and I've got my statistics here. Starting off, Liam, lovely to have you. How are you?
Hello.
How are you keeping?
I'm doing well. I'm doing fine, actually. I'm sorry I missed out the last game there. I do apologize on that.
Yeah,
I was supposed to have napping that, but
you
I
having
went
a
a little
nap?
too far to sleep.
Ah.
Yeah, I had a super long nap that was unnecessary to have.
Well, hopefully you're. No, so not to worry. These things happen to us all, so no worries about that. But it's good for you to be here tonight. Now, Liam, you're in the also. I mean, it's probably fair to say in the weakest position at the moment on the board. 16th place, yet to score any points.
Yep.
Of course, part of that obviously from a default last week. But how are you feeling going up against Brig, Ralph, and Ape?
Well, at least I'm with my best friend, with my best mate there for the Ballast Bar community. Anyway, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, it's worth saying Brig, Ralph, and Ape are 3rd, 4th, and 7th, respectively. So maybe a bit of an uphill struggle, but as we've seen in this game, most anything can happen, and very often does. Liam, lovely to have you with us, and the very best of luck to you this evening.
Thank you, man.
Brig coming in for the 2nd game 2 weeks on the trot. Brig, good evening.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Very well, very well. Now, last week I didn't comment on it. Last week you had your jab last week. Did it give you, do you feel, any magic superpowers?
You see, I had a joke prepared in that my mum and my brother also had a jab the week before, and my brother got a fever for 2 days. But it made my mum really good at quizzes for 2 days.
Really?
I was hoping that was unfortunately I forgot to do that. So never mind. I mean, it hurt my arm a bit, but other than that, I don't think anything special happened in the end.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully just a little bit more immune to this nasty virus.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Brig, you've had a pretty good run so far. 1st in your first heat, 2nd in a nail biter last week. Losing out, I think, to Samster in the final 2.
Half a second. Yeah.
There wasn't a lot in it. Your question rate is also pretty strong, and just to give over Liam's as well. Liam's question rate 33% accuracy. Brig, you're up at 60.92, having faced a total of 87 questions.
I mean, I think this is going to be a really wide open heat. I mean, everyone here is capable of winning it, and everyone is capable of stuffing it up completely. I'd quite like to have a first round without any drama, to be honest. I've been so busy getting a bad first 30 seconds and having to save it the second half. Quite an easy first round, really nice for once.
So of course, with the first round here, a bad first 30 seconds in say
really
round 3 is not as much of a problem as in round 1 because it's half the bank.
Yeah.
But well, Brig, the very best of luck to you this evening, and thank you again for joining us. And facing off against Liam and Brig is Ralph. Ralph, good evening and welcome.
Radical!
Good evening.
Good evening, and Radical as well.
That's what I like to hear.
Cameo from Radical. Ralph, how are you keeping?
All right. I've been spending the day playing board games.
Aha, brushing up maybe on a bit of those reflexes maybe on the board games, or any knowledge-based board games.
Oh well, it was heavy Euro gaming today.
Aha. Well, you're currently in 4th place on the board, strong position to be in, and only missing out against Brig and Samster, who are also on 6 points due to your time. Answer rate 57.3%, 51 correct, 38 wrong so far, and presumably you've had a first and a second as well, given that you're on 6 points.
Yeah, well, the objective for me today is to try and get things over and done with, because I feel I really need to improve on my time bank.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be the thing. It comes down to if points are tied come the end of the heats. Well, Ralph, very good of you to join us. Thank you very much for being here, and the very best of luck to you this evening. And facing off against Liam and Brig and Ralph is Ape Minky. Ape, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
So last week, wasn't last week. Week before, you missed. You had a bit of a weaker heat. IIRC.
Yes.
I think the elements were maybe slightly against you because
Definitely,
as I'm just looking at my notes here, you won your first heat, getting 4 points on the 6th of Feb, and then you went out first of your second heat. How are you feeling coming into heat number 3 with a first and a last? Are you hoping to equal the first? Obviously, well, everyone hopes to equal the first, but
yeah. I certainly want to improve upon the last match, which I feel I should have got at least 1 point out of, but it's going to be an uphill climb, I think, for me for the rest of my matches, because I have yet to face Samster, I have yet to face Toot, and both of those frighten me greatly.
Well, let's say
I
you're.
think if I can get a point or two here, maybe get a point or two next, that'll be helpful, yeah.
Well, you are in a heat this evening where 3 out of 4 of the contestants have already won a heat. So there's certainly the competition here is not to be sneezed at either. Hey, just to look at your stats a minute, 62.5% question rate, 12 wrong, 20 right, so actually fewer questions than a lot of people, but of course that was presumably because of your shorter game in your last heat. Currently in 7th place, but you're top of the lead, top of the players with 4 points, 157.15 seconds banked. Wide open and could go in any number of directions. Hey, good of you to be here, and the very best of luck to you and to all 4 of you as we play Face Off tonight. Just before we go into the Face Off arena, it was worth my saying that we have got some new questions that have been added into the mix, and this has been sent off to our one of our tournament adjudicators, Panda, who has proofread the first 500 questions, and I've made some changes accordingly. Very, very grateful to Itzotli, to Cyclespace, and to DNM, who between them have contributed something like 2,500 questions, something in that ballpark. So all of the questions that have been asked so far have effectively been replenished, and some of these are more up to date than the default data bank. So there's still quite a lot of the standard trivia that was in here before, which was, I think, doing perfectly fine for us. But there's just a little extra twist that's been added into this tonight. So very, very grateful to those 3 contributors to the question database. And since we're at the sort of the midpoint, that seems like a good point to shuffle the seed. Are all 4 of you ready to go into the arena?
Yep.
Yep.
I suppose.
Okay, let's go into the face-off arena now then.
Hi.
And once again, just FYI chat, I'm going to maximise my inspector window so that I can read the questions in the debugger in full. So it means I won't be able to see the chat for the duration of the match, but I am still here, and apologies if I don't talk to you. I'm going to be focusing on our 4 hot seat players in front of us right here. Right, as you all know by this point, you all get a chance to start in each seat in each of the first 4 heats. And Liam, it's your turn to start us off in the blue chair this evening, so you will be going first. 60 seconds on each of your clock. I can only take your first answer. Once your time runs out, you are eliminated from the game. The very best of luck to all 4 of you. Liam, you're starting us off, and your time starts Now, Liam, the slogan "Maybe she's born with it" has been used. Correct. Brig, in the 1998 film *Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels*, which British singer played the role of a popular Sting? In which sport do the teams Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks compete professionally?
Basketball.
Correct. Ralph, what is the longest river on the continent of North America?
The Mississippi.
Correct. Abe, what P can be a shot in football and a punishment imposed for a breach of the law?
Punt.
No, it's penalty. What is 1/7 of 7 times 2?
Oh, good lord. 2.
Correct. Liam, Tishri and Kislev are the names of months in which religious calendar?
Buddhism.
No, it's Jewish. What team won the first Super Bowl? Kansas City Chiefs or Green Bay Packers?
Packers.
Correct. Brig, if people don't fully believe you, they are sometimes said to take you with what you say. Correct. Ralph, on a car dashboard, what item is represented by a symbol of a rectangular box containing... Correct. Abe, which actress starred as Bonnie Parker in the 1967 film Faye Dunaway? Secant is the reciprocal of which trigonometric function?
Cosecant?
Incorrect. Cosine. In the title of the monthly publication for men, the letters FHM stand for what?
Pass.
For Him magazine. Which actor starred as Brett Maverick in the 1950s and 60s Western Adventure series?
No idea, pass.
James Garner. Andrew Lloyd Webber is a lifelong fan of which football team? Scunthorpe or Leyton Orient?
Scunthorpe.
No, it's Leyton Orient. Which first-class cricketing county has a daffodil on its badge?
Arsenal.
No, it's Glamorgan. A question of sport presenter Sue Barker competed professionally in which sport?
Football.
No, it's tennis. What is the weather-related nickname for the US city of Chicago?
I can't see the question. Windy.
Correct. Liam, which word follows sun, bell, and wall to give the names of 3 garden plants?
Power.
Correct. Brig, in relation to Edinburgh, where are the Grampian Mountains? North. Correct. Ralph, which French word is used in cooking to describe a bone steak cut off the sirloin?
Pass.
It's entrecôte. What was the name of the 2001 children's programme which replaced Live and Kicking?
The Saturday Show.
Correct. Abe, in Buried Treasure... Incorrect. The answer was X.
One of these days it'll be it.
One of these days that'll fly. Oh, Abe, that was a brutal run of questions for you there. The only one that I'm perhaps calling any contention with is the trigonometry one. I think you said cosecant. Which,
yeah, I did.
Which I'd say the answer I've got is cosine. I would have accepted cos or cos, but cosecant is something different from what I had written down there. Everything else I think was just spiralling out of control, a real tricky run, and a bit of a runaway loss there. I'm really sorry, Abe, but it's the end of the road.
It is what it is. Yeah, like you said, it was just a bad run of questions for me. Nothing that can really be blamed there. It's just, RNG is a fickle beast sometimes.
Fickle beast indeed. Well, that is the end of it for tonight. So a win and 2 fourths place so far. But you have got 2 more heats, Ape, and we will see how you go from this point. But we'll see you in a couple or 3 weeks' time.
All right, I'll see you then.
Thank you very much, Abe. And as usual, if you're happy to see yourself out, I'll be very grateful because I can't see the Discord at the moment. Thank you very much. Normally, I would remove the player myself, but as it is, yeah. Anyway, Liam, Brig, and Ralph, you all survived with a healthy amount of time. Brig with the most time will be going into the 3rd position. Liam in 2nd will be going into 2nd. Ralph with the least amount of time will be going 1st in this next round. Let's go on to round 2. So, well done. You're through to the next round. Ralph, you're going to be starting us off. I think this is quite an unusual position for you. I'm not sure if you started off first.
I might have in the past in the final round, but not in round 2, I think.
I mean, in fairness, not a huge amount in it. Not a massive amount in it, just a few seconds each way. Barely a second between yourself and Liam, but... nothing too dramatic there to report. I think there was one question on a steak that you missed, and fairly plain sailing apart from that.
Yeah, I think my knowledge of children's television saved me because I was 10 years old in 2001. So
that was a great answer. I have to say, I'm only a couple of years older than you, and I remember Live and Kicking, but I wouldn't have got that one. So that's a great response there from you, and saving yourself that little bit of time, which of course all goes forward into your time bank. Liam, you're here into round 2. It's the first time you've got to round 2, so you've got yourself a point on the board. Hooray! Well done.
Yes, I got. Oh, I know. I got a point last.
Point on the board guaranteed, and some time in the bank. Again, fairly strong performance there. Did you miss anything there, or were you straight through? Oh, just the Tishri and Kislev.
No, straight through.
Tishri and Kislev and the Jewish calendar, but
Jewish thing, yeah, Jewish.
Straight punter.
One question wrong, but it's right.
That's pretty good going, actually, as it goes. So welcome to round 2, and you're joined here by Brig. Brig, no dramas so far. A couple of questions in your first run through. I think it might even just been the one.
I think one is Sting got wrong. But yes, it's good. Like it's no drama thing. I recommend it.
Well, you're all in a very similar position. You all had very similar times left on your clock, which is all going into the bank, and we've reset your clocks to 90 seconds, shuffled the order around based on where you were in that heat there. So, Ralph, you're going to be starting 90 seconds on your clock, but the rules are the same. The first player to run out of time is eliminated from play. The best of luck to all three of you. Ralph, you're starting us off, and Ralph, your time starts now. Ralph, which is the only throwing event in modern athletics where competitors do not take their throws from within a circle?
Javelin.
Correct. Liam, Michelle Kwan competed professionally in which sport?
Pass.
It's figure skating. What B is the legal term for a person who cannot pay his debts and is adjudged to be insolvent by a court of law? It's bankrupt. Of which form of theatrical entertainment are Cinderella, Babes in the Wood, and Jack and the Beanstalk popular examples?
That would be pantomime.
It would be. Brig, Timbuktu is a city in which African country?
Pass.
It's Mali. Which word means unnecessary paperwork and is an abbreviation of bum fodder?
Pass.
It's bump. Who became the first president of the USA in 1789?
Abraham Lincoln.
George Washington. The Swedish tennis player who won the 1990 Wimbledon men's singles...
Stefan Edberg.
Correct. Ralph, the yachtswoman who opened the London Boat Show at Earl's Court in January 2007 was... Correct. Liam, nylons are another name for what type of garment?
Stockings.
Correct. Brig, the British organisation founded in 1934 as the National Council for Civil Liberties now contains its Liberty. During 2001, Nicky Lauda took over as manager of which Formula
McLaren?
1? No, it's Jaguar. If a sentence does not end with an exclamation mark or question mark, it must end with which punctuation mark?
Full stop.
Correct. Ralph, the face of which Latin American revolutionary is tattooed on the body? Correct. Liam, on January 1st, 2002, euro notes and coins entered general circulation in how many EU member states?
12.
Correct.
12.
Brig, what F is the name of a type of spore-producing
fungus
plant? Incorrect, it's fern. Which two-word term can describe both a type of firearm and also a hyphenated surname?
Double-barreled.
Correct. Ralph, what is the name given to a female peacock?
Peahen.
Correct. Liam, what G is a four-letter colloquial word for senile?
Goat. Goat?
No, it's gaga. Rebecca Wade was the editor of which British Sunday tabloid from 2000 until 2003?
The Sun.
No, it's the News of the World. What is the device consisting of two boards carrying advertisements and worn on the front and back of a person called?
Pass.
Sandwich board. Gary Barlow, Robbie Williams, Mark Owen, Howard Donald and Jason Orange. Correct. Brig, Canvey Island in Essex lies on the northern edge of the estuary.
Thames.
Correct. Ralph, at 147 metres, which of the seven wonders of the ancient world was the tallest?
The obelisk.
No, it's the Great Pyramid of Giza. What is the capital of Austria?
Salzburg.
No, it's Vienna. The river Niger reaches the Atlantic Ocean in which African country?
Nigeria.
Correct. Liam, the Rolling Stones' first #1 single in America was I Can't Get No What?
Satisfaction.
Correct. Brig, the word philosophy can be translated from Greek as love of
wisdom.
What? Correct. Ralph, what is 100 minus 63?
37.
Correct. Liam, in anatomy, what is the hallux, the thumb or big toe?
Big toe.
Correct. Brig, in golf, which part of a club is closer to the shaft, the heel or the toe?
Heel.
Correct. Ralph, who had a hit single in 1976 with Save Your Kisses for Me?
Brotherhood of Man.
Correct. Liam, a gesture of greeting which two people slap their raised right palms together is known as a high
five.
Correct. Brig, who wrote the play A Streetcar Named Desire?
Hemingway.
No, it's Tennessee Williams. The first names of Donald Duck's nephews were Huey
Louis.
and Dewey. Correct. Ralph, which English city has the dialing code 0121?
Birmingham.
Correct. Liam, the class of drug that is used to treat high blood pressure by slowing the heartbeat is known as a beta what?
Pass!
Blocker. What type of swan is so called because it is the least vocal of all the swan species?
I'm out. Bye!
And breathe.
It's the mute swan. The mute swan. Oh, Liam, I'm so sorry. a really
And I had a couple of those answers there, but I think delay or something like that was there that passed it.
I think there may have been a slight breakdown of the communication at one point. Not a huge amount, and I tell you what, you put up a tremendous fight there, and it was really coming down to the wire, particularly between you and Brig there. But it is the end. It's the end of the road, though, I'm afraid. But you leave with your head held high. You're going to bank that time from the first round, and you've got a point on the board. So the comeback, maybe Liam, starts here.
Huzzah!
But I am sorry, but it's the end of the road for today. But very well played, and we'll see you in your next heat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Liam. If you
I'm
could,
out.
Thank you very much. If you see yourself out of the room,
whatever will be.
Okay, so that leaves just Ralph and Brig to go into this face-off final. Let's go there now. That's what happens if I move the window around.
Yeah.
It all sticks. Well,
Me against Brig.
Brig and Ralph. So what it comes down to. Brig, a couple of tricky questions there, tripping over one or two of them.
I mean, it's awful that you sort of you watch it praying someone else to get a bad run of questions, as Liam did. Yeah, I was fortunate in the end, I think. So
I mean, your streetcar name Desire. No problem on the golf question. I'm just looking back at the cam behind. Actually, it's pretty clean for a lot of this. The fern, I think. Tripped you up a little bit there.
Stick of something flowery based. With F. So
and Nicky Lauder as well. Nicky Lauder in the middle of a run there.
Just name an F1 team. I had no idea.
Well, you're through. You have the least amount of time left on your clock, so you are going to be starting us off. But you're back up to 120 seconds, so 2 minutes. Ralph. No problem on that Birmingham question there. Tripping over the capital of Austria, though.
I'm kicking myself over that one. I rushed into it.
I'm thinking maybe I've osmosis Mozart onto you a little bit, because Mozart was born in Salzburg, died in Vienna, but Vienna was the capital city there. So, but apart from that, no real drama. A reasonable lead there. 36, 37 seconds left on your clock against Briggs. 16, 17. So. Much to play for. You both guaranteed yourself 2 points, and you've both got a decent chunk of time coming into the tie bank. But this is for 4 points, and for both of you, it would be your second victory. And for both of you, it would also be your second place, rather pleasingly. So one of you is going to do 2 victories, one of you is going to do 2 runner-ups. Let's find out who. Up to 4 minutes, 120 seconds each on your clocks. Brig, you're going to be starting us off. The very best of luck to both of you. And Brig, your time starts. Now, Brig, what name is given to a boat designed to be used for rescuing people at sea or for escaping from a sinking ship? Correct. Ralph, what A can be red or white in the world of butterflies and rear or vice? Correct. Brig, what is the SI base unit of time?
Second.
Correct. Ralph, in which game show are contestants asked to come on down?
The Price is Right.
Correct. Brig, the part of the word where Jaffa oranges originated, is now in which country?
Brazil.
No, it's Israel. In the 1990s TV sitcom Dinner Ladies, which character was played by Victoria Wood? It's Bren. Which auto manufacturer makes models of cars including the Cayenne, Boxster and Macan?
Ford.
No, it's Porsche. Prince Charles was born in which decade?
1940s.
Correct. Ralph, which word follows icing, caster and granulated
Sugar.
to give? Correct. Brig, which book originally compiled by Norris and Ross McWhirter?
Music Records.
Correct. Ralph, the Appian Way was a road built by people of which civilization?
The Persians.
No, it's the Romans. Which size of hook is the larger, 1 or 20?
1.
Correct. Brig, in which UK country is the summer bank holiday celebrated on the 1st and not the last Monday in August? Correct. Ralph, in which direction is Crawley in relation to London, north or south? Correct. Brig, how many children make up Enid Blyton's famous 5?
4.
Correct. Ralph, when the name of a high-performance car includes the initials GTI, the I... Again?
Injection.
Correct. Brig, the French city of Le Havre is located on which body of water? The Mediterranean?
English Channel.
Correct. Ralph, the Goodwin Sands are shifting sandbanks lying off the coast of which county in southeast England?
Sussex.
No, it's Kent. Which North London professional football club traditionally plays its home games in red shirts
Arsenal.
Correct. Brig, for which political party was Herbert Asquith the 20th century British Prime Minister?
Conservative.
No, it's the Liberal Party. What is a Mexican snack in which fried tortillas are filled with meat, beans...
Burrito.
I'm pausing there because that's not the answer I've got down, but I think...
Is taco what you've got down?
Taco is what I've got down, but I am now going to go to my wife who is possibly, who might be an authority
The
on
emergency
this.
judge.
This is one of these ones I need. Actually, might be.
VAR check, one bag.
What's the technical distinction between a burrito and a taco?
Oh, a burrito is soft wrap, and you have to. Whereas a taco is crunchy. Yeah.
Right. So a burrito is soft, a taco is hard, and a fried tortilla implies that is a hard shell.
Fried tortilla.
Okay.
Yeah, fried tortilla would be.
So I'm on those grounds. I'm not going to accept tortilla. Sorry, I'm not going to accept burrito. What I am going to do is because I paused there, Brig. I'm going to give you an extra 2 seconds of time.
Okay.
Just to even things out just a little bit. The question, and my wife is shouting at me to hang on. I'm happy with that ruling. It's got tacos down, and Brig is happy with that ruling as well. So we're going to continue from there. No, mate, we can't stop the game for too long. It was an emergency stop, not a stop and discuss. It's just one of those ones I caught out, and it's one of those I'd be really annoyed if I came back to it at the end later on and thought that's changed the fabric of the game. So that question is wrong. I've given you 2 seconds back, Brig, but we're going to continue the game, and your time is going to continue in 3, 2, 1. In 2006, who stepped down after 18 years as presenter of Radio 4's Desert
Sue
Island?
Lawley.
Correct. Ralph, in the 1998 film The Object of My Affection, which Friends actress played Jennifer Aniston? A British cooked breakfast popularly includes bacon, and which poultry product?
Eggs.
Correct. Brig, the Hindu Kush is a mountain range in which continent?
Asia.
Correct. Ralph, in the popular expression, if a space is very small, there is said to be not enough room to do...
Swing.
I have to accept cat, it's swing. What N is the name of the successful Australian TV soap opera?
Neighbours.
Correct. Brig, in Greek mythology, Iris was the goddess of what?
Sight.
No, it's the rainbow. Which North London football club won the FA Cup twice?
Chelsea.
No, it's Arsenal. In American history, the state of Vermont in 1777 was the first to completely
Slavery.
abolish... Correct. Ralph, one of the largest insects in the world by body size is called the Goliath what?
Beetle.
Correct. Brig, what I describes the traditional UK units such as the gallon...
Imperial.
Correct. Ralph, what G is the property of mutual attraction that is possessed by all bodies?
Gravity.
Correct. Brig, what J is a Spanish word which refers to the army officers in control of a country following a
Junta.
coup? Correct. Ralph, in which 1999 film does Robert De Niro play a security guard who takes singing lessons from his drag queen neighbour? Flawless. What K is the first name of Mackenzie, a former editor
Kelvin.
of... Correct. Brig, in which continent is the River Elbe?
Europe.
Correct. Ralph, the theme tune to which long-running entertainment programme began with the words "Life is the name of the game"?
The Generation Game.
Correct. Brig, a system in which financial activities are left up to the choice of individuals is called a free market what?
Pass.
Economy. The towns of Haydock Park and Newmarket are official venues for the racing of which
Horse.
animal? Correct. Ralph, which 1990 film does the four-word film review summarise as "From Russia with Sub"?
Hunt for Red October.
Correct. Brig, which is the largest country of the British Commonwealth by area?
Canada.
Correct. Ralph, a Jonah is a person who is said to bring what type of luck?
Good luck.
No, it's bad luck. In which country did the board game Cluedo originate?
America.
No, it's the UK. What S is the name for a star whose brightness has been vastly increased as a result of a major...
Supernova.
Correct. Brig, Sadio Mane competes professionally in which sport?
Gymnastics.
No, it's association football. Which alternative word for a sugar lump makes clear its precise geometrical
Cube.
shape? Correct. Ralph, Louis Armstrong had a 1968 UK #1 single with
World.
what? Correct. Brig, how many A's are there in the first name of Emmy Award-winning singer Miss Streisand?
3.
No, there's 2. Which 1970s B-A-R-A. No, hang on.
B-A-R-B-R-A. There's no third A in there.
Unless it's spelled differently. Because I saw that earlier on, clocked it, and thought, hang on. Is it Barbara?
B-A...
B-A-R-B-A-A.
yeah.
Ah, there's no second A. There's no third A, so it is. I'm just looking it
No,
up.
fine. Yep.
Barbara Streisand. It's not Barbara
Oh, well.
Streisand, which is one there that I, yeah. No, it's Barbara. Panda saying he had to look that one up twice. Sorry about the impromptu pause on the taco question. It's just one of those things because we sort of
It's
tacos.
a really nasty question, that one. Really tough question.
It just sort of felt like it was one of those ones that could have gone either way, could have easily slipped through the cracks. And in fairness, stop hissing at me,
No,
please.
it's just I've done a little bit of
Okay,
further
what's your little
reading.
bit of research?
Well, the thing is that
Come to the
actually,
camera.
sorry guys, hi. It's the basically my having said initially tacos are hard shell and burritos are not. Actually, on further inspection, it honestly depends on how it's actually cooked, but the main difference is the size of the tortilla. If you're looking at the difference, so
This is not helping us, right?
It's not a fair question. Well, no, I'm arguing.
The argument is that it's not a fair question.
But strictly speaking, tacos are already hard-shelled and solid, whereas a burrito is I can't see. Whereas the burrito is a soft wrap that is then filled and then folded. So that would be my distinction: is a taco is hard to start
okay.
with.
Either way, let's not dwell on it too much, because I mean, it said it was fried. So ambiguous question. You could argue either way. I hope that you thought the stop. I could have just not accepted and it would have had the same result. But giving you about those 2 seconds for the pause that I had on it. But the ruling was the question stood, and that is the result of the game. So
they're all delicious.
As Ash is saying, let's look into it afterwards rather than having a debate about it now.
Yep.
So Brig, just out of time, 2 games in a row and 2 second places. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'd take that. I think Ralph was probably the favourite coming into this, so I'm going to take 2 points on this. I've got quite a hard run in my last 2 heats, I think, so it'd be nice to have won. But I think I'm guaranteed at least a semi-final place pretty much at this point. So
well, we will take a glance at those tables and see what it says. But you've given us a tremendous battle tonight and a really, really exciting game. Thanks very much for joining us, Brig.
No, thank you, Ralph. Congratulations.
We'll see you in 2 or 3 weeks' time, Brig.
Yep, see you soon. Bye-bye.
So that means this evening's winner of the first face-off heat is Ralph. Ape suggesting we should play the entire match over again just to be safe. Maybe not. Ralph.
Well, that's a decision for the adjudicators.
That is a decision for the adjudicators.
It was a really unfair question for Brig to get and go out having had to answer that question. But I'm not the one who makes decisions here.
Well,
I'll leave it to the adjudicator panel to decide what.
I will mention it to Panda and to David, obviously, who are our independent tournament adjudicators, and we'll see what they say, because there wasn't a huge amount of time there at the end, but also I did give Brig back some time for the question as well, so we'll see what they say. We'll see if it makes any difference. I think Brig's seemed quite happy either way, so we'll see what happens. I don't... Oh, has the dog just dropped her bone down the stairs? Of course she has. She's broken my piano. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from that question for now. As it stands, Ralph, you are the champion, and you're going to get 4 points. Shall we go and take a look at the leaderboard?
Yeah, okay.
Like, yeah, sure. Whatevs. Let's see what it's done. And you have taken that top spot. 10 points after 3 games played. Of course, Toot has got a game in hand. Brig solidifying that 3rd place. I don't think there's been any change from Brig there, but Samster has now slipped down to 4th with Ralph going into 1st. Other players there, Ape has moved up into 7th place. Liam moves up to 14th. And that was it. Natter, Brig, Lupine and Ape. Yes. So those are the standings, but we've got one more match to follow immediately. But for now, Lupine, another 4 points, another very entertaining face-off. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you for your next heat.
Yeah, I can see our next 4 competitors gathering, so I shall see myself out.
Thank you very much. We'll roll the credits. I need to reload the build and get the lozenges for the next players in. So sit tight, and I'll be back in about a minute and a half. Congratulations again to Lupine. More face-off right after this. Okay, exception. I'll try that one again, shall we? What's going on with this compiler? Welcome back. Sorry about that slightly false start there. My thing went too fast for itself and ran out of pictures. But we are going to be going on immediately to face-off number 2 this evening. So back-to-back face-off heats before we get to some Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Let's meet our second 4 players tonight. We have got Alex. He's our 30-year-old QA technician from Derby. We've got Clive, our 25-year-old professional homosexual from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We've got Keshi, our 37-year-old carer from Halifax, West Yorkshire. And we've got Peter, our 42-year-old stage and event lighting guy from Manchester. To all 4 of you, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Hello. Hello.
Lovely to have you here. You're coming through loud and clear. Let me have a very quick chat with each of you before we go into the arena. Alex, first of all, how are you?
Good, yeah.
I'm just looking down the stats here, Alex. You have got the 3rd highest percentage of questions correct that you have faced.
And 2 points!
And all of 2 points to show for it. Yeah, languishing. I say languishing. Yeah, I wouldn't say languishing is the right word, but you're currently in 12th place with 2 points, middle of the 2-pointers. Just, I think, by dint of the fact that I think you've had some very, very closely fought face-offs. So answering very strongly.
If anyone beats me, I take a lot of them out of it.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do, but in a way it sort of disproportionately punishes you for making people go close. But it's just the way the rules have got. Actually, now I've said that out loud, that's a really good point. I should probably maybe think about that for next time. But anyway, Alex, welcome to the game. Say 2 points to show for it at the moment, going into your 3rd heat tonight. How are you feeling going up against Clive, Keshi and Peter?
This is the make or break heat, I think.
So
the points, quite frankly, it ain't enough. And I think if I really, really need to come top 2 tonight to put it back on track. Pressure.
No pressure. Well, we will soon find out. Facing off against Alex is Clive. Hello, Mr. Clive.
Hello.
Lovely to have you here. 48.94% accuracy on your questions, 24 incorrect, 23 correct. And currently sitting in 10th place, so 2 places above Alex, though on the same score. You've got slightly more time in your bank. Had a bit of a tricky round on your first face-off and then came runner-up to Toot last Saturday, in fact. So how are you feeling coming into number 3?
I was feeling pretty good until you gave me the right answer stat. Oh dear. No, it's okay. They're a really strong bunch. I'll be happy as usual just to get to the 2nd round.
Well, we'll see if you can get there. And facing off against Clive is Keshi. Good evening, Keshi. Facing off against Clive and Alex, I should say, not just facing off against Clive. Keshi, your answer is 63.04%, 17 wrong, but 29 right. Currently sat in 5th place. I don't know if this board has been updated since the last game, but according to this, in fact, I could probably look and see if it's been updated. Doesn't look like it has been. So you're in 5th place at the moment, but that will obviously have changed with the result of the last game.
Yeah.
Strong feelings coming into this game?
That's a pretty good hit rate. I'll hope to carry it on.
There was a little bit of friendly competitive banter going on between you and Clive before the tournament, possibly.
Yes. Well, we've talked about this before.
We have, and now you're in because of course, as over the rules of this game, everybody gets to face everybody. So, Yeah, it will be interesting to see. So I don't have a dog in the fight, but just for the viewers at home, it's interesting to say. Apparently, there's a spider in the kitchen, which is interesting.
Oh dear.
And finally, facing off against Alex, Clive, and Keshi is Peter. Good evening, Peter.
Hello there.
Nice to have you with us. You've had a pretty strong performance so far. Correct answer statistics: 34 wrong to 43 right. Guys, can we not please? Okay, good. I'm glad there's a spider. I'm sure he's very happy. It doesn't need a commentary on his life. 55.8.
The spider came to watch us.
The spider has come to watch. Maybe he has. So yeah, Peter, you're currently in 8th place. The last game notwithstanding, with 4 points. How are you feeling about this heat tonight?
Well, I've been consistently second. And the last one was the sort of down to the wire thing with Ralph. So that was. I mean, I enjoyed it. This round, anything can happen. I think. Slightly worried about the potential new questions as to whether they match up with my own knowledge, but we'll see how we go.
We will indeed. Well, yes, just to reiterate that we have got new questions in from Cyclespace at Sotley and DMM this evening, so we'll see how they play into the mix. Alex, Clive, Keshi, and Peter, the very best of luck to all of you. Let's go to the face-off arena.
If you can make my questions about 2000 Eurovision, that'd be great.
I can't guarantee anything. All I can guarantee is that I've once again hidden the chat, so audience, I won't be able to interact with you during the game, so I can read the questions in full. You all get a chance to start in each seat, and this time, Alex, it's your opportunity to go first. 60 seconds to each of you on your clocks. The very best of luck. 2 or 4 of you, the first one to run out of time will be eliminated from play. Alex, you're answering first. And Alex, your time starts. Now, Alex, the name of which bird follows the word stool to give a US... Correct. Clive, which first name links the ex-wife of Prince Andrew and the lead actress in
Diana?
No, it's Sarah. Oh. The bill of which waterbird is largely red in colour, the coot or the moorhen?
Moorhen?
Correct. Keshi, what is the usual name of the game in which players attempt to find hidden articles by means of written clues?
Word search.
No, it's a treasure hunt. The De Montfort Hall is the main concert venue of which Midlands city?
Manchester.
No, it's Leicester. In the Gregorian calendar, which is the last month of the year to have only 30 days?
November.
Correct. Peter, in an SATB choir, what singing voice is denoted by the letter S?
Soprano.
Correct. Alex, in October 1986, which nickname was given to the new automated price quotation system on the London Stock Exchange? No, it's Big Bang. Which German city hosted the Summer Olympics in 1972? Correct. Clive, in the ancient Roman calendar, on which date did the Ides of March fall?
March 14th?
15th. What U is a Latin word meaning beyond, which is often used as a prefix to the words sound and violet?
Ultra.
Correct. Keshi, who had a hit single in 1986 with Chain Reaction?
Diana Ross.
Correct. Peter, in World War II, which force was first called the Local Defence Volunteers and later known as Dad's Army?
Home Guard.
Correct. Alex, unrecorded trading in jobs or goods is often referred to as the what colour economy?
Blue.
No, it's the black. Who wrote the novel The Wind in the Willows?
Pass.
Kenneth Graham. In which TV quiz show, originally presented by Robert Robinson, were members of each team all related to each other?
That's family.
Correct. Clive, in which sport was Sterling Moss a notable participant?
Horse riding?
No, it's motor racing. Which city hosted the 1992 Summer Olympics?
Atlanta.
No, it's Barcelona. Is the blue-footed booby a seabird?
Seabird.
Correct. Keshi, a Waldorf salad is made from apples, walnuts, and which vegetable?
Celery.
Correct. Peter, Christmas Island is in which ocean?
Indian.
Correct. Alex, on which continent is the language Swahili most widely spoken?
Africa.
Correct. Clive, what H describes the seas beyond the boundaries of territorial waters?
Pass.
High. In which building in Washington, D.C. does the US Congress meet?
The Capitol.
Correct. Keshi, 1 million millimeters is equal to 1 what?
Meter.
No, kilometer. In the Generation game, which item always appeared on the conveyor belt as a
Cuddly
prize?
toy.
Correct. Peter, in which modern-day country was the philosopher and mathematician René Descartes born?
France.
Correct. Alex, the Royal and Ancient Golf Club is located in which country of the UK?
Scotland.
Correct. Clive, what is the name of the spiky-haired hedgehog in a computer game who has
Sonic.
Correct. Keshi, which Italian motorcycle World Championships 2006 autobiography is entitled?
Rossi.
Correct. Peter, what I means unable to read?
Illegible.
Illiterate, correct. Alex, what is 5% of 200?
40.
No, it's 10. Which subject is studied at the Courtauld Institute in London? Art or science? Correct. Clive, in which US series of the 1970s and 80s did passengers find romance? Correct. Keshi, which soul singer had UK hit singles in the 1960s with Day Tripper, Tramp, and Otis Redding? The Indian Mutiny took place in which century?
18th.
19th. In January 2001, SOX moved out of and India moved into which prestigious...
White House.
Correct. Peter, the towns of Tidswell and Bakewell are in which English national park?
Peak District.
Correct. Alex, the minimum wage was introduced in the UK in which decade of the 20th century?
70s.
No, the 90s. The military abbreviation C&C stands for Commander in
Beef.
what? Correct. Clive, according to the proverb, all work and no play makes Jack a...
Oh boy.
Correct. Keshi, which fictional Spanish hero rode an ancient horse?
Don Quixote.
Correct. Peter, what name from the Latin for day is given to a book with daily sections for recording forthcoming appointments or events?
Diary.
Correct. Alex, what number must you
Cue
to get 125?
What a battle that was.
Oh my god.
That was...
And I got
what
a
a
question.
battle.
I got a question wrong there. You marked as right. I said illegible. The answer was illiterate.
Oh, I misheard you then. Right. How much difference do we think that makes to the game, considering the time you have left?
Fair difference, I'd say.
I can't discuss this with you guys in present company here because obviously there's a bias there. My feeling on the matter, given the times that are left, it may have resulted in Peter having slightly less time moving forward, but doesn't, as David is saying as one of the adjudicators, doesn't affect the result, doesn't affect the leaderboard. It may have been that Peter faced an extra question. You could argue the toss that obviously it changed the order of the questions, but the ruling is once a question is gone for whatever reason, the question is dead. So I'm going to let it stand for now. I will discuss with adjudicators if perhaps Peter does have a surplus time penalty, maybe based on the average response time there. But we'll talk about that later on. I think if it had been any other player, then I might have insisted we have a reheat at this point. But given Peter's lead, and it was Peter who got the question wrong, we'll adjust it in the statistics, and Pete, we might give you a time penalty, but I'm going to allow the game to continue and the score to stand as it is. Which does mean, I'm afraid, Alex, you're out of time.
Well fought,
I'm
Alex.
so
well fought.
bloody angry at myself. Oh, God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really am.
Blown away.
It was right coming down to that last round of questions. Everyone under 5 seconds on their clock. That could have gone any way. But I'm really sorry for you, mate, but it is the end of the road. But as once again, 2 out of 3, the 3 surviving players go through with less than 3.5 seconds on their clock. So you've not left them to go through with much. But you've got 2 more heats.
Hey, the point is it?
That's perhaps not the point. But Alex, I'm really sorry, but it is for now goodbye. But we will see you for heat number 4 in the next couple of weeks.
Sweet, I'm off for a pint.
Good plan. Alex leaves
Probably
us.
the best thing to do.
Alex leaves us at this point, and Clive, Keshi, and Peter go on to round number 2. Let's go there now. Controversy seems to be the word of the evening tonight, or certainly it's certainly been a couple of interesting heats so far, and that one was no exception. Keshi, you come through to round 2 with the least amount of time left on the clock. We put it back to 90. You're going to be starting off. How are you feeling?
Really pleased to get through that round, and using this new mic setup, it seems like you could hear me just fine. So I'm glad no mic problems came up. Otherwise, it'd be me going out.
Yeah, no major dramas on the microphone tonight, as far as I could tell.
Yeah,
so
I'm using the same setup I used when we did now, so this seems to be working fine for now. So I'm going to keep using this setup now from here on.
Good stuff. Just 1 second. Megs? Oh, everyone's got headphones in. I just need to grab some kitchen towel very quickly. I've just made a small spillage. I'll be right back.
A moment's respite before the next round.
In the meantime, here is some music.
Sorry about that. I feel like I'm a bit all over the place at the moment. I've spilled some wine on my brand new white placemats for my white coasters, so that's quite irritating. So clean that up, put that back down there, put my headset back on so I can actually hear you. Clive, you're in second position. Not a lot of time between you and Keshi there, but you are here in second position right now. How are you feeling?
Still a bit shaky.
Still a bit shaky.
Quizzing doesn't normally get to me that bad, but that was so close.
It was really
a few minutes to calm down.
Really down to the wire. Well, while I was cleaning up my my wine spillage, hopefully I've given you a couple of seconds there. We'll put 90 seconds back on your clock and invite you into round 2. Peter, most time on your clock by quite some way there. Fairly strong performance as we've come to expect. How are you feeling coming into round 2?
I did better there than I thought I would, actually. I think, apart from the one I got wrong, I didn't get any wrong, but I'm not sure.
Apart from the one you got wrong, you didn't get any wrong. Which the one that you got wrong, you actually, according to me, got right because I misheard you there. So
yeah, exactly. I'll take that as a win. Yeah, no, I'm content. Let's put it that way.
As I say, I'll chat with the adjudicators. There may be a ruling that we remove some time from your bank, just like based on an average or something. But beyond that, I think it was a strong enough victory that it doesn't change the result. So we play on for now.
Thank you.
Right. Keshi, you're going to be starting us off as we go into round 2. Same rules apply, 90 seconds each on your clocks. First run out of time will leave us and leave with a single point. Best of luck to all three of you. Keshi, your time starts now. Keshi, sorry. I'm going to take that answer. My log... God, I'm sorry, I'm so all over the place now.
Take a moment. Take a moment.
My log was halfway up, so when my console was halfway up the page, and it said your name, Keshi, so it didn't occur to me to scroll it down, so I didn't see the question because I don't look at this screen. Clearly you read the question even though I didn't, so if you're happy for that question to stand...
I've got it wrong. I've got it wrong anyway.
You have got it wrong, but are you happy for it to stand? It should be trousers, so we're going to continue from immediately where we left off. Just Keshi with a 2-second time surplus. Apologies for that, that was on me. Sort your brain out, Ben. Get your head in the game. Here we go. Keshi, your time will continue in 3, 2, 1. In February 2002, which TV quiz show presented by Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer began a new series?
Shooting Stars.
Correct. Clive, which 3-letter word can mean a mortarboard, an explosive paper disc used in a toy pistol, or membership of a team?
Cap.
Correct. Peter, Call Me Ishmael is the opening line of which novel?
Moby Dick.
Correct. Keshi, in a house, what bee is the name given to a railing and support?
Bannister.
Correct. Clive, the NSPCC charity is primarily concerned with those well-being.
Children?
Correct. Peter, did someone order a Chinese, and what's occurring are catchphrases from which sitcom?
Gavin and Stacey?
Correct. Keshi, a dragonfly usually has how many pairs of wings?
2.
Correct. Clive, in the abbreviation GCSE, what does the initial S stand
Standard?
for? No, it's secondary. In Star Trek, Kronos is the home world of which warrior race?
Klingon?
Correct. Peter, in which national park in England is the Lake Coniston Water?
The Lake District.
Correct. Keshi, The Mandalorian is a spin-off from which
Star
series?
Wars.
Correct. Clive, which word can refer both to 60 seconds of time and... Correct. Peter, from which European country does feta cheese originally come?
Greece.
Correct. Keshi, which motorway passes through Gloucestershire, Berkshire and Wiltshire?
M1.
M4. In which sport would you be more likely to abseil, rowing or climbing?
Climbing.
Correct. Clive, in the higher education degree abbreviations MA and MSc, what does
Master?
Correct. Peter, in which European country is the ancient city of Cordoba?
Spain.
Correct. Keshi, in the 2001 film Rush Hour 2, which American actor and comedian starred alongside Jackie Chan?
Chris Rock.
Chris Tucker. The cities of Buffalo and Rochester are in which US state?
New York.
Correct. Clive, from which European city does bechamel sauce originate?
France?
Correct. Peter, which Acker-Bilk track became the first British recording to reach #1 in the Billboard...
Stranger on the Shore?
Correct. Keshi, what bee is the name of the group who had a 1996 UK hit single with the song
Baby
You're Good?
Bird.
Correct. Clive, the Orkney and Shetland Islands were ruled by which people until they became part of Scotland in 1472?
Roman?
No, Norsemen. According to the popular saying, variety is the spice of...
Life.
Correct. Peter, Bassiano, Portia and Shylock are characters from which Shakespeare play?
Midsummer Night's Dream.
No, it's A Merchant of Venice. Which of the following is not an Olympic sport? Tennis, badminton or squash?
Tennis.
No, it's squash. What P is a professional treatment for feet and toenails?
Podiatry.
Pedicure. What name is given to the coloured liquid that is applied to the finger and toenails as decoration?
Nail varnish.
Correct. Keshi, Nick Carter is a member of which US boy band?
NSYNC.
No, Backstreet Boys. Which city will host the 2022 Winter Olympics?
Pass.
It's Beijing. What U is the name of an Asian language that is a form of Hindustani
Urdu.
written... Correct. Clive, the city of Aberdeen is nicknamed after which type of stone?
Metamorphic?
No, granite. In US timekeeping, the initials PST stand for what?
Pacific Standard Time.
Correct. Peter, which Disney cartoon character lends its name to something which is second-rate or unprofessional?
Pass.
Mickey Mouse. What S was the adopted surname of the 20th century Soviet leader who implemented his first 5-year plan in 1928?
Stalin.
Correct. Keshi, in the American Civil War, which was the first state to secede from the Union?
Pass.
South Carolina. Bobby pins are designed to be worn on which part of the body? Correct. Clive, which word meaning a vehicle that transports a group of musicians is now the term for a fashionable movement?
Bandwagon.
Correct. Peter, which island off the northwest coast of Wales is sometimes known by its Latin name, Mona?
Anglesey.
Correct. Keshi, the annoying interviewer played by Paul Kay was called Dennis. Correct. Clive, Fanny Price, Thomas Bertram, and Lady Bertram are characters in which Jane Austen novel?
Pride and Prejudice?
No, it's Mansfield Park. What P can be a loud outburst of bells, thunder, or laughter? Correct. Peter, audiology is the branch of medicine specifically concerned with the study of which of the... Correct. Keshi, the port and seaside town of Whitby overlooks which body of water?
Irish Sea.
The North Sea. Which English city has football clubs called United and Wednesday?
Sheffield.
Correct. Clive, what R is a sport in which you'll find the terms blindside
Rowing?
flanker?
Rugby.
Rugby. Which European capital cities underground stations called Concorde, Odeon and Opera?
London?
No, it's Paris. Which temporary framework is erected to support workers during the construction of repair of a building?
What is it called? Scaffolding.
Scaffolding, too late.
Yeah.
Well, scaffolding.
Wow.
Oh my goodness me.
Another very, very closely fought match there, but we're out of time again, and this time, Clive, I'm afraid you're going to be leaving us. So you've got a fourth, a second, and now a third. Maybe that's an omen for you for your next heat. Maybe not, we will see, but you're out of time. I'm sorry you have to leave us.
That was a good match. Yeah, I'm not too upset about that, except for scaffolding, but yeah.
It's
good all around.
A weird thing is
well played, Clive.
When I was sort of thinking of the most northern African country or whatever my question was, and the word Morocco just wouldn't come to my brain. It's funny how this game works. But you gave us a great performance, and you've put Peter and Keshi within an inch of their lives as well. It could have gone any which way. But for now, Clive, I'm afraid you do have to leave us, but we will see you for your next heat.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much to Clive. Keshi finishing with the least amount of time on his clock, albeit by 1.5 and a bit seconds, is going to be going first. Peter is going to be going second. Let's go to the final round. Well, you've both done terribly well to be here. You've both been here at least once before. Peter's been here twice before, I think. Keshi, this is only your second time here, so Peter's third time in a final, yet to win one. Keshi's second time in a final, but has won one. Keshi, how are you feeling going up against Peter?
I am feeling the pressure now. Two very, very close rounds. This is what face-off's all about.
Absolutely. And Peter, how do you feel going up against Keshi?
The same, really. I mean, I had some answers that I'm not quite sure where I got them from on the previous round. Like Stranger in the Shore came into my mind. Wasn't even sure I knew that one.
That was
well played on that one.
That was a really great answer, I have to say.
So yeah, my brain is sort of working clearly, but it could have gone either way on that round. So I'm not taking it for granted. It'd be nice not to come second.
You back the time shot.
Well,
back the time shot.
Oh yeah, we had a head-to-head, didn't we? Yeah, wow.
Oh,
we did, so you beat me by 2 points.
Okay, so a bit of a grudge match going on here, a time shot grudge match. Peter,
it's so much of a grudge match that I forgot about it.
Well, it's a grudge match now. So, is Peter going to get his first victory or his third runner-up? And is Keshi going to get his second victory or his first runner-up? Time will tell in this grudge match. Peter winning in that time shock head face-to-face, or what's it called? Head. What was it called? Face
battle, I think it was called, wasn't it?
Okay, the time shock battle. Yeah. But it comes down to you two. Keshi, you're going to be starting us off. I've scrolled the console down, so again, apologies for that emergency stop there. That was really
that's fine.
Best of luck to you both. Keshi, you're starting us off, and Keshi, your time starts. Now, Keshi, the operatic tenor Placido Domingo was born in which European... Correct. Peter, which snooker player with the surname Davis was the world champion from 1927 to 1940? Joe. Correct. Keshi, which national park did the A57 cross between Sheffield and Manchester?
Great North York Moors.
No, it's the Peak District. In 2005, which singer began dating rugby star Gavin Henson?
Pass.
Charlotte Church. Which 1960s TV sitcom was set in Oil Drum Lane, Shepherd's Bush?
Steptoe and Son.
Correct. Peter, in which Olympic sport are competitors worn to get ready for a bout with the words on guard?
Jousting?
No, fencing. The 1987 film based on the life of playwright Joe Orton was called Prick Up Your what?
Ears?
Correct. Keshi, Michael Scott, Dwight Schrute, and Pam Beasley are characters from which it's The Office. In sport, Chris Brasher and John Disley organised which annual London street race for the first time
London Marathon.
Correct. Peter, the term prefab is an abbreviation for which word?
Prefabricated.
Correct. Keshi, David Rizzio was the servant and the alleged lover of which Scottish
Mary
queen?
Queen of Scots.
Correct. Peter, who wrote the novel The Idiot?
Joe Orton.
No, Fyodor Dostoevsky. In which decade did the comic strip character Andy Capp first appear in the Daily Mirror newspaper?
1950s.
Correct. Keshi, how many operas make up the Ring Cycle by Richard Wagner? 4. Correct. Peter, the comedian who has published the novels Flying Under Bridges and Whistling for Elephants is Sandy who?
Toksvik.
Correct. Keshi, which US singer performed the theme song and made his acting debut in 1985 made-for-TV film Copacabana?
Barry Manilow.
Correct. Peter, according to the song, on the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 turtle what?
Doves.
Correct. Keshi, which Mike Oldfield album saw its sales soar?
Tubular Bells.
Correct. Peter, who had a hit single in 2007 with Rule the World?
Take that.
Correct. Keshi, complete the title of this novel by Philip Pullman, The Amber
Spyglass.
Correct. Peter, in the TV series Sex and the City, Kim Cattrall played which character, Samantha or Miranda?
Samantha.
Correct. Keshi, in the Animal Kingdom, what F can jump up to 7 inches vertically?
Flea.
Correct. Peter, in the TV cartoon series Henry's Cat, what colour was Henry's cat?
Yellow.
Correct. Keshi, I could stay awake just to hear you breathing is a lyric from which hit single from 1998?
I don't want to miss a thing.
Correct. Peter, water that has been blessed for use in religious ceremonies is known as what water?
Holy water.
Correct. Keshi, Coco is the nickname of which fashion designer?
Chanel.
Correct. Peter, what is the chemical symbol for magnesium?
MG.
Correct. Keshi, which alternative term for a student makes it clear that the person in question does not yet have a degree?
Undergraduate.
Correct. Peter, which US actor noted for his swordsmanship appeared in the 1920s films Mark of Zorro and The Iron Mask? Douglas Fairbanks. I am Groot is a famous quote from which 2014 film? Guardians of the Galaxy. Which football team in Northern England is nicknamed the Minster Men?
York.
Correct. Keshi, the embankment that runs between Westminster and Blackfriars on the north bank of the Thames is named after whom?
Pass.
Queen Victoria. Which sex produces an ovum?
Female.
Correct. Peter,
Female.
what is the official currency of the Caribbean island of Guadeloupe?
Dollar.
No, it's a euro. Admiral is a rank in which of the armed forces in the UK?
Army.
No, it's the Navy. What P is both a type of constricting snake and a programming language?
Python.
Correct. Keshi, which English word taken from the French for belle can mean both a cover for plant and a type of women's hat?
Pass.
It's cloche. Which former EastEnders actor did Kim Marsh marry in 2002?
Pass again.
Jack Ryder. Who wrote the novel The Trial?
John Grisham.
No, it's Franz Kafka. What is 4 times 12?
48.
Correct.
48.
Peter, the singer who had a 1960 UK #1 single with My Old Man's
Donny Donegan.
Donegan, correct. Keshi, what M is the name of a town in Cambridgeshire and a month of the
March.
year? Correct. Peter, what S is the name given to a liquid mash composed mostly of kitchen waste fed to pigs?
Slurry.
No, it's swill. The 1989 thriller set on a boat that starred Nicole Kidman was called Dead What?
Fish.
No, it's calm. A common system of steering for cars is a rack and
Pinion.
what? Correct. Keshi, what is the medical name for the condition in which a person has double vision and sees 2 images of a single
Pass.
object? It's diplopia. What 5-letter word is used as a cheer and also to represent the letter B in the NATO phonetic?
Bravo.
Correct. Peter, in which of the arts was Auguste Rodin a famous name?
Painting.
It's sculpture.
Sculpture.
Oh,
And you're out of time.
second again.
Well played, Peter. Very well played there.
Yeah, well done. There's a lot of back and forth there.
A lot of back
Very
and forth.
much so. Very much so.
That was very, very close, and I was worried that I was going to run out of voice because I was back and forth. And as you can see, Kesh with only 5 seconds left on the clock right there at the end. But Peter, you have just run out of time. It seems always the bridesmaid, but never the bride. But it is
annoying me. I knew that last one, but obviously I had to just blurt something out to make sure I got it in time. So yeah, that's life.
I could have. I just missed the button before the timer went off, but it wouldn't have made a difference, I think, at that point. So, Peter, you do leave us at that point, this point in the game, for the 3rd time at the end of the final round. It's been lovely having you here, and a tremendous performance from you as well. Have you had a good time?
Yeah, I've just got the blood pumping again, so that's good. Woke me up a bit.
Good to hear. Well, we will, of course, see you for your 4th face-off in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Until then, it is good night.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Which means, Keshi, for your 2nd consecutive heat, you are the face-off champion. Well, it has been an I feel quite exhausted after tonight. All the stopping and starting of various other bits and bobs that I've had to
And
do.
you were just asking the questions.
I'm just asking the questions.
Asking
the questions and maybe making the questions controversial and then not scrolling. But that's how it's gone. And it's reached the end of the face-off, and we're going to play some Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in just a minute. A little bit later than planned, but we are planning to get through 3 packs tonight, so do stick around for that. Before we do that, I'm sure you at home, and not least of all Keshi, would like to see the leaderboard.
2nd place, I believe, with that victory now.
Let's take a
look. 9 points.
Let's take a peep. You
Back
are not
in the
wrong.
green zone.
Back in the game, up to the green. 2nd to Ralph, 10 points to Ralph, and 9 points to Keshi. Peter still moving into 6th place there. 6 points, the lower of the time persistence with 6 points. There may be some adjustment to that upon discussion with the adjudicator. So I see are pinging me in the Discord at the moment, so we'll look at that in due course. Alex, meanwhile, in 12th place there, and Clive now in 9th. Of course, we have still got 8 players with the game in hand, including Toot currently in 3rd, Samster currently in 5th, Inca currently in 7th, Topper currently in 10th, Procyon currently in 11th, Benzie currently in 13th, and Kira and Ash currently in 15th and 16th respectively. Those 2 heats will take place next Saturday evening, times TBC, but sometime between 8 and 10. And we look forward to seeing those and seeing what differences they make to the game. For now, though, Keshi, you can enjoy being the champion. Do stick around for some Millionaire, though, if you'd like to come and play that.
I will indeed, yeah.
But congratulations on your
so
2nd
glad I've got a
victory.
3-week break now before my next match.
Yes, a bit of time to recover and cram some more revision in. But for now, Keshi, we will say goodbye, and very well done once again.
Thank you very much, Ben.
So that is it for Face Off, but the night continues with Game Night Game Night Classics. I can't get it right. It's Saturday, but it's Game Night Classics. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire coming up, and it's going to be a little bit different. The first game is going to be reserved for players who aren't on the exclusion list, i.e. players who haven't played before since I last reset it in October or whenever it was. The second game, I'm going to experiment with a partner game, so the fastest excluded player and the fastest regular player will come together to be a partner game. And then the third game will be carte blanche, so anyone, even those who have been on the exclusion list, will be able to play. You do need to have voice chat for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You need to have a microphone, and you also need to be in the Discord, right there. I will make an exception for people on the exclusion list for games 2 and 3. People who play in the earlier games tonight won't be able to come back for a second, not including face-off, of course, but if you play in the first game, you won't get into the hot seat of the second or third. But for game number 3, I'm going to bring down the exclusion list. Just going to try it out and see what happens. We'll see how it goes. So I'll roll the credits. I'll get Millionaire set up. I might just put a track on just while I recover and after that. Apologies for the human error tonight. I've made a few boobs there. One question which I paused on that arguably I shouldn't have paused on, and then getting the console wrong. So don't read too much into it. Apologies for that. We're only human, all of us, and I'll do better. I must try harder. I'm like Box of the Horse from Animal Farm. I must try harder. More face-off next week, so we hope you will join us for that. But do stick around, because right after the break, we'll be having Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Join us then in just a few minutes' time. welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I feel like I haven't played this game in a very, very long time. But it's probably not that long. It's probably about 4 weeks ago. So, as intimated, we're going to do things a little bit differently tonight because we're on the Switcheroo week. And I want to make some changes. I want to make some changes to the build of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I want to make it so that you can be persistent in the lobby. As it stands at the moment, when you walk away or get one wrong, you can't answer anymore. And I recognise that that can be maybe a little bit frustrating. It can become a bit of a spectator sport. And we've already had quite, nothing but spectator sports already tonight. So I'm going to make some changes to the build so that you can persist in the lobby, but it alters your score. But I haven't done it yet. This is quite an old build now, and looking at the code to add the penny stuff to it, today I had to make some sweeping changes because actually it's not compatible with the system I now use for most games when I do them use. So don't start on me on hot seat functionality yet, Samster. There's a few things I want to put in. Persistent lobby is number one with the bullet, so that's something I'm going to do before the next game. But excuse me, with a view to making it just a little bit different tonight, and because I'm aware I have this persistent exclusion lists where players who've already been in the hot seat can't come back, and that might sort of discourage them from wanting to come in and play. What I'm actually going to do, we're going to have 3 games tonight. The first game is going to be a single player who has not been in before, i.e. a single player who's not on the exclusion list, and there's a handful of people on there, 10 or 11 I think. The second game is going to be a pairs game, so there'll be one player, the fastest player from the exclusion list, and the fastest regular player will team up to become a pair. And you might want to bear this in mind if you particularly don't want to do a team game. Maybe don't play the fastest finger in the second game. I can't think why you wouldn't. I think it's good for community building and meeting new people, but just something to bear in mind. If you really, really want to do a solo run, maybe don't go in for the second game. And the third one is going to be open hunting season for anyone, including players who are on the exclusion list. I will be removing players from the exclusion list for the last game. So anybody apart from the 3 players from early will be able to come and have a go. So it should be fun. I might try and just G the speed up a little bit because it's been commented from a couple of people and in the recent survey feedback that it can feel a little bit slow sometimes, especially if you're just spectating. So I'm going to try and G it up a little bit. We'll see what happens. It'll be very exciting either way. I now need to remember which button to press because, again, with it being an older build, the controls aren't particularly brilliant. So first of all, I think I've got to show that. There we go. And if you want to come and play the game, you need to enter the lobby code, which is QFXI. Now, a reminder, you must have a microphone in order to play this game, and you must be a member of the Persephone Shared Discord server as well. Something else I need to do is clearly make a bigger lobby because this is in danger of running out. Yeah, you must have a microphone, and if you've already played before, then you won't be able to play this one. Something I should say, actually, before we begin, this is Shadowmane's question pack. Shadowmane has provided us with this question pack, and it's been rated a 6.5 difficulty out of 10. So Shadowmane is who you are facing off against. Almost all of this is done exclusively in whispers, so don't write anything in public chat apart from when we get to Ask the Audience, which is, of course, done in public chat. So, yeah, Shadowmane's question pack here, 6.5 out of 10. This is the only game where I don't see the questions in advance because you've got the Ask the Host lifeline, so I don't see the questions, let alone the answers, before they are asked to you. So it should make for a very interesting game. So do come and join the lobby if you'd like to come and play. This is a game exclusively for players who aren't on that exclusion list, which means if you've already played since sort of October, November time, you'll go orange on the fastest finger. And that just means that you are ineligible to go into the hot seat. But I will lift that for the next game, and of course again for later on for the open hunting season game. So we've got a lot of players in the lobby so far. There are actually only 4 spaces left. I've never got a full lobby for this game. It would be very exciting to do that. I'm not going to lie. Just saying. Just saying. If you want to come and take on Shadowmane's question pack, QFXI. I'm going to lock that lobby in just a second. That's the end of the sting. But fortunately for you, I need to go and open another bottle of wine. So I'm going to do that. And then when I come back, we will lock the lobby. Yes, after the 9 we get to pound, dollar, ampersand. If you want to find out what those last 3 are, come join the lobby. I could do it myself, actually, couldn't I? Hash, or octothorpe. Percentage sign. What's the last one? Because I'm going to leave the lobby in a minute, so if anyone does want to come and join. It's an @ sign. There we go. let's leave it now. So there we go. We've got a full lobby. And Opponent Nuevo takes the last spot with the @ sign. If anyone was just joining to get the characters, might want to leave just in case somebody else does want to join if you had no intention of playing. There is one more spot, and this is going to be really fun to read all these names out. Which button do I press? I think it's just lobby code again. Welcome, brand new Halo. You must have a microphone to play this game and be in the server. Microphone is very, very important. If you haven't got a microphone, I'll be really annoyed because I'll have to do it again. Right, I think this is the last bit of the sting, so I'm going to lock it up. Yes, it is. This is just for the lobby game. Yes, you have to be in the lobby. Sorry, I should have said this. You have to be in the lobby here in order to play in the lobby game. So if you just want to play the lobby game, ignore the fastest finger. The fastest finger game will get you into the hot seat, but if you just exclusively want to play the lobby game, you can be in the lobby, but ignore fastest finger if you haven't got a microphone. So if you're exclusively wanting to play in the lobby game, you do need to come and join now, and I will give you another, because I've only just said that, I'll give you another 15 seconds to come and join. And then we'll be good. But if you haven't got a microphone, please don't play the fastest finger. Right. I think that's enough time. Let's lock it up. I think it's the lobby code button. Let's find out. It is. And we welcome AB Me 208, Clive of Legend, Topper One Gaming, Jay Turner 098, DC Simmons, Matt the Ref, Prosionix, Innis C, Oni 91, The Real Dev, Hodders UK, Natter, Cola, Applecast, Big Man Aaron, Ian Dominic Gaming, Jogging Chump, Jack Wilfred, Ardenfest, Drew Dave Tom 997, Zeusless, Proogs, Useless Noisemaker, Lingomaniac 88, It's Sotley, Puzzle Dan, Diamond Ninja, Tyson Baines, Samster, 80_Bash, We Like Shapes, Kazvez, M. Clemson, David J. Bodicum, Silent Marine, Nano Owl, Kegler Coach, JY Adster, Apodo Nuevo, and Lewis T. You are all poised in the wings, ready to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tonight. Absolutely nailed that. You have to go really bloody fast to get through all those names. Thank you, you're far too kind. Right, so let's get rid of that temporarily. Fastest finger first. You got a question, you've got to put the answers in order. It'll be A, B, C, D, or C, D, A, B, or B, C, A, D. Two very important things to remember. Submit this as a single string of 4 characters. Don't go A, enter B, enter C, enter D, enter, because it won't count and it will probably be marked as wrong. Do whisper it to the bot as well. That's very important, but wait till the bot the bot prompts you in the chat for the question, because chat is king as ever. So make sure you do enter it as a whisper, as a single selection of 4 characters in the order you think it goes. Right, nice and quiet then from the audience. Let's give all our players in the lobby a chance to concentrate. Here comes the first question of the night. Put these words in alphabetical order. Overpay, overtime, overstretch, oversensitive. Maybe sounded easy, but a little bit trickier maybe when the answers come down and in the heat of the moment. First of all, let's have a look at the right answer. So, first of all, overpay, O-V-E-R-P. Then oversensitive, O-V-E-R-S. You've then got overstretch, O-V-E-R-S-T. And then finally, overtime, O-V-E-R-T. A-D-C-B, that's what we needed from you. Typing is definitely hard. Well, let's find out who was right and who was right in the fastest time. All of these were right. Not everybody. Who was fastest? Lingomaniac in 6.45 seconds. Well done, Lingo. The fastest time there was Innis with 5.51. Innis is currently on the exclusion list. If this were going to be a partnered game, then it would be Lingo and Innis pairing up. But those 5 orange names are people who have played before, which is why they're there on the exclusion list. We have got a Lingomaniac in the green room. Let's bring him into live play. Lingo, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Lovely to have you here. How are you feeling?
Right now, I'm feeling really nervous.
Not at all. Nothing to be nervous about. All good fun. I'm just looking at the leaderboard here. It looks to me as though you've been here once before. I can't see your name. I haven't got it in alphabetical order because I've got it by arranged by winnings. Twice before, I beg your pardon. One time, got question 5 wrong on Cetra's question pack. Second time, the other time you've appeared, you walked with 16,000 on Aspie's question pack. So hopefully you're looking to earn more than 16,000 tonight.
Yeah, I'm hoping to make it to 32. 32
is a good target to bear in mind. Well, you've got Shadowmay's question pack, 6.5 difficulty, and along the way you have got 4 lifelines to help you out. But before we begin, I need you to confirm that it is indeed just you, me, and the computer. There's no lifeline to Google or anything like that going on.
That is correct.
Wonderful. And you will also need to select 3 people to be your phone of friends. They need to be people who are here in the Discord who can come to the microphone if needed. These people don't need to exclude you, don't need to go into an isolation booth or anything, but just be aware that if you're available to be phone of friends. So, Lingo, if you'd like to nominate 3 people you'd like to come and help out.
All right, so who proofed this question pack? Just so I know.
All the packs tonight have been proofed by Ape Minky, so you can't pick Ape and you can't pick Shadowmay, or me, obviously. Okay. But anyone else is fair game. So 3 people.
I will pick Matt the Ref.
Matt the Ref as 1.
Procyon.
Procyon as 2.
And Clive. I don't see Clive in the voice chat here. I don't know. Oh, Clive is.
He is around. He was on Face Off earlier on, so he's normally around. Okay, yes. Unless he's gone for a lie down after Face Off. We'll just give Clive is here. So Clive, Procyon, and Matt, your 3 phone of friends there. If you need to call upon one of them at some point, right? Focus on the right screen, Ben. Lingo. 15 questions now stand between you and eternal glory with a virtual £1 million. As discussed, you have got those 4 lifelines to help you out. 50-50. Phone one of your nominated friends. You can ask the Twitch audience. You can indeed also ask the host if you're so inclined. A reminder that I do not see these questions ahead of time, and I certainly don't necessarily know the answers. I may know the answers to the questions anyway, but not because I've read the question packs. If you are playing in the lobby game, then if you want to walk away... thanks to the host, Ash, very much. If you want to walk away, simply leave it blank and it will walk you away from the question, but you won't be... At the moment, this is probably the last time this will be the case, but at the moment, once you walk away, you won't be able to partake anymore in the lobby game. You'll be frozen out. Likewise, if you get a question wrong, you're frozen out as well. So keep your eye on the chat. When the question comes up in chat, the question is live, and you've got to whisper the option to Persephone's Twitch bot. Thank you for the host, DC Simmons. Either A, B, C, or D, just the letter... And if you're playing in the lobby game, you've only got 15 seconds to do that. Right, that's enough rigmarole, and I'm going to keep that all those introductions brief as we move forward from here. You ready to play?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Lingo, best of luck to you. Let's play. Who wants to be a millionaire? One of the other things on the to-do list is to add Twitch Lib to this game so that you can have your avatar there on the podium. But for now, you'll have to be an anonymous avatar. Lingo, this is Shadowmay's question pack rated 6.5 out of 10 difficulty. Very best of luck to you. Here comes question number 1. Which of the following is a dinosaur? W. Rex, T. Rex, S. Rex, V. Rex.
I always have to wonder where these questions go. B. T-Rex. Final answer.
That's the right answer. You got £100. Nice solid start for you right there. T-Rex. I'm being just a little bit cautious at the beginning to make sure I press the right buttons. This is something I'm going to remap the Stream Deck controls once we've done this. Kira, Diamond Ninja, Dave Vodka, and Kegler Coach walking away with nothing at the end of that question. Everyone else is still alive. Let's go on to question number 2. In cosmology, which of these is a star? Dwarf star, elf star, fairy star, leprechaun star.
I believe it's a dwarf star. Final answer.
That's good, you got £200. So far, so good. Nothing to worry about yet. Let's just take a look at the lobby. Natter getting that one wrong, dropping back and leaving with nothing. Drew Dave Tom walking away with £100. Let's go on to question number 3. What is the name for a businessman who tries to hire people from other businesses onto their company? Chest crusher, brain buster, head hunter, shin smasher.
I love these choices. I mean, the first thing that came to mind was a recruiter, but I guess that's just more general trying to hire people. But I'll say C, headhunter. Final answer.
Good, you got £300. Yes, the old headhunter trying to poach people from other companies, or possibly from non-employment into a company. A headhunter is someone who does that. Kazfez getting that one wrong, dropping back to 0 and leaving with nothing, I'm afraid. On we go. Question number 4. This is worth £500. Take a look at this. Complete the popular expression done up like a cod, haddock, kipper, halibut.
I've heard of this expression.
You have or you
I'm
haven't?
hoping that I have not.
You have not, okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing that my voice got cut off or something.
Well,
yeah, I'll blame Discord for that.
You've got 4 lifelines if you want to use them. You lose.
That is true.
You leave with nothing if you give me a wrong answer at this point.
Yeah, so I might as well use a lifeline now.
Okay, just before you do, I'm just going to change the audio volume of my audio mixer because the game is exceptionally loud comparatively to you. Just going to change that on my mixer, and I'm hoping that doesn't drop the volume for everybody else in the game, but if it does... Oh no, mate, I don't know if that's dropped it for everybody else. I'm hoping it has.
Sounds a little bit quieter to me.
Good. Slightly better, right?
I can still hear the music, so
yeah,
it's all good.
I was just getting very aware that it's very, very loud. I might just drop it a little bit more, just while you have some thinking time, because it's still quite loud and really doesn't need to be as loud as that. What's that noise? Thank you for the follow, Levith Dago. I can't quite make out your name, but welcome. Lingo, what were you going to do?
I think I'm going to ask the audience.
Okay. So audience, you can either whisper this to the bot or type it into public chat, just a single letter. If you're playing in the lobby and have already answered, you need to answer this one again. And even if you are not playing in the lobby, you can still answer this and be part of the survey. Let's get Lingomaniac up to £500. Here's the question. So, you need to complete the popular expression done up like a what? A is cod, B is haddock, C is kipper, D is halibut. Wait until the question says to answer A, B, C or D. All vote now. Uh, 7% think A, cod, 7% think B, halibut, 83% think C, kipper, just 2% think D, halibut. 41 respondents to that survey. Quite a strong percentage, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is just like a regional expression. Like, I imagine that maybe it's more common in like on the other side of the Atlantic.
Possibly.
But I'll go with the audience on that one. C, kipper. Final answer.
Well done, audience. You've just got Lingo up to £500. Very nice indeed. Very nice, very nice. Let's take a look and see how the lobby themselves got on with that. A couple of wrong answers there. ABME, Clive, Ian, Dominic Gaming, and Silent Marine all incorrect, dropping to 0. J White, Apodo Nuevo, and Ardenfet's walking away with 300. Now, Lingo, this is the last point where you could go away with nothing. Question number 5 is worth a guaranteed £1,000 if you give me a right answer. You've still got 3 lifelines left if you need to use them. Take a look at this. Which USA time zone do the states Oregon, California, and Washington fall under? Central, Pacific, Mountain, Eastern.
I certainly hope I know my own time zone because I live in Washington.
Hmm.
It's B, Pacific. Final answer.
The right answer is just won £1,000. Yes, I would have been worried if you had gotten that one wrong. If you live in one of the states in the question, no drama there. Up to £1,000. Very well played. Let's take a peep into the lobby. Matt the Ref, Apple Cars, and Samster all getting that one wrong, dropping back to 0. Puzzled Dan and Astor walking away with £500. So it will say your name there, the amount of money you've won, or if indeed you're still in play, or you're green if you are still live and kicking. Lingomaniac, you are one who is certainly still live and kicking at the moment. You're guaranteed £1,000 at this point. No one can take that away. Whatever happens, you leave with at least that amount. So that's a good start to be in. You've still got 3 lifelines, 50-50, phone a friend and ask the host. Question number 6 is worth £2,000 if you give me a right answer. You can't lose on this question, so you might as well play it, but you have got those 3 lifelines if you need to. Take a look. Question number 6. Let me know what you'd like to do. The Baltimore Ravens are an American team in which professional sport? American football, baseball, basketball, ice hockey.
All right. I will say I'm not the biggest follower of sports, even in my own country.
Okay.
But I feel pretty sure that it's American football. I don't think it's baseball. I don't think it's basketball.
3 lifelines if you'd like to use them. Or you can follow your hunch.
Yeah. Right now I'm thinking back to I think it's MC Lars who wrote a rap song about like the Raven, like based on Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. So,
okay.
And he's like, I know he's written it's a different song where like he's mentioned Baltimore Ravens, that's my team. So I'm trying to think back. This was a different song, still by MC Lars, but I'm trying to think back to the music video.
What do you what do you want to do? Do you want to get some confirmation with a lifeline, or do you want to play? I mean, you can walk away, but nothing to lose on this question, so you might as well give it a go.
Yeah. I'm thinking back to the music video. Oh, Flow Like Poe is the name of the song.
Okay.
Definitely wearing an American football helmet. I'm going to say A, American football, final answer.
Right answer, you just won £2,000.
All right.
Went around the houses a little bit to get there with the Edgar Allan Poe, but it has proven good for you. And you're up to £2,000. Very, very well played. Let's take a look at the lobby. I got a lot of logs through on that one. Yes, a lot of people attempting that, getting it wrong. Topper 1, Innis, Oni, Dev, Big Man Aaron, Jack Wilford, Proves, and Ash. All incorrect, sticking at £1,000. M. Clemson as well, choosing not to give an answer, and also sticking at £1,000 there. On we go then. Question number 7 is worth £4,000. You lose £1,000 if you're wrong at this point. You have still got 50-50 phone a friend and ask the host left. Take a look at this. In what district of London would you find the Battersea Power Station? Nine Elms, Lambeth, Southwark, Westminster.
Well, I suppose we have some US-centric based questions and then some UK-centric questions.
Yes.
I guess it's only fair.
It is only fair. It sort of comes back around on both sides of the Atlantic, as it were.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'd like to ask you on this.
Have you? Sorry, I was going to say, have you been to London before?
I've never even been to Europe.
Okay, fine.
The only 2 countries I've been to outside the United States are Canada and Israel.
So never made it as far as Battersea then.
No, I guess not. I mean, I was hoping to be able to go for Quiz Night Live, but then COVID became a thing.
And then the world sort of went into freefall a little bit, yes. What would you like to do?
I would like to ask you, because I think that you would probably have a better idea than I would.
You want to ask the host?
Yes.
Okay, here's what I think. Now I'm from the Midlands originally, but I've lived in the South for the last lots of years, 15 probably, something like that. I have never, and I've made no secret of this fact, I've never been a big fan of London. I had lots of friends after university who went off to London, lots of people who are sort of, swear by London, and I've been there a couple of times on a sort of a night out or to see a show or something, but nothing sort of major or serious. I am not sure about this, because it's quite, if you say Battersea Power Station, I'll be able to tell you it's in London and not Manchester, but beyond that, it's getting a little bit specific. I'm pretty sure, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's the train that you get, because where I am in West Sussex, you go up from Chichester through Horsham, you go up to Clapham Junction, and then from Clapham Junction you'd go on to London Victoria. And I think it's Battersea Power Station you pass on the way. I might be wrong. Now, in terms of where that leaves me thinking, in terms of districts of London, I think it's slightly further out, rather than right in the centre. And based on that, I would probably dismiss Lambeth and Westminster. Again, my London geography is not great, so if any Londoners out here tonight are looking at me and thinking, what are you talking about, Ben? So I'm going on a hunch here. But Lambeth and Westminster I thought were more central London, and the Battersea Power Station I think is more on the outskirts. Out of the two that are there, Nine Elms or Southwark, I would probably be inclined to go towards Nine Elms rather than Southwark, for no reason other than it's the only one that doesn't really trip off the tongue for me. Lambeth I've heard of, Westminster I've heard of, Southwark I've heard of. Nine Elms feels like it's a less sort of well-known, if you like, district of London, which makes you think it's further out and not amongst the sort of the power circle of London. That would be my hunch. It would be a guess, a sort of a pseudo guess, a sort of a toss-up between A and C, but Nine Elms is sort of what I'm leaning towards, and that is my final answer.
Well, you would probably have a better idea than I would.
I will say it's just a haze. It's a
otherwise, going into this, it would be a 1 in 4 shot in the dark.
Well, I hope I've been of some help to you. What would you like to do following that?
Oh, I'm debating using my 50-50, and if that were to leave me with A and C, then who knows?
Then it's an F for RNG at that point.
Yeah.
Do you want to use 50-50? Do you want to take a punt? You can walk at this point, though with 2 lifelines left, it might be a bit premature to do that.
Yeah,
you lose 1,000
I'd rather not walk with 2 lifelines still on the table.
Of course. What are you going to do?
I think I'll play it safe and use the 50-50.
Okay, computer, can you please take away 2 random wrong answers, leave Lingo with just the right answer and the 1 remaining wrong answer. A, Nine Elms, or D, Westminster?
All right, so
gives a little bit more credence to my theory.
I think so. In that case, let's go with A, Nine Elms. Final answer.
Okay, because you've asked me, I don't get anything in the console log, so computer, can you please reveal, is Nine Elms the right answer? It is! That's nice to see. Up to £4,000. Well played. David is saying Southwark is the London Bridge Borough Market kind of area. I think David does live somewhere in or near London, I think. Certainly nearer to London than I do. Well played, Lingomaniac. You're up to £4,000. Let's just take a peep into the lobby. Ooh, a lot more orange there. DC Simmons at Sotley, Tyson Bain, Cola, Nano Owl, Jogging Chum and Zeusless, all attempting and dropping back to 1,000, getting it wrong. Hodders and We Like Shapes choosing to walk away with £2,000, leaving just Lewis T, Procyon and Jay Turner in the lobby. As to yourself, Lingomaniac, you have got £4,000. You're 3 questions away from that next milestone of £32,000. You have got a phone a friend still intact. A wrong answer to this next question will cost you £3,000, but a right answer would give you £8,000. You don't have to play, but take a look at question number 8. It's worth £8,000. In the English language versions of their respective cartoons, which of these animated characters is voiced by a man? Bobby Hill, Timmy Turner, Eric Cartman, Ash Ketchum.
I'm fairly certain that Timmy Turner is voiced by a woman, Tara Strong. Ash Ketchum, I don't know her name, but I think I remember seeing that Ash is voiced by a woman.
Okay. He's with A and C.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing that Eric Cartman is voiced by a man. And I think I remember seeing that Bobby Hill is voiced by a woman.
You want to play?
Yes, I do. I think I'm going to go with C, Eric Cartman. Final answer.
It's the right answer. You've just won £8,000. Yep, Tara Strong for Timmy Turner. Ash Ketchum, I'm pretty sure her name is Sarah Natacheni, I think. Bobby Hill, I'm not sure about. Eric Cartman.
Okay, that last name sounds familiar.
Eric Cartman, I think, is voiced by either Trey Parker or Matt Stone, as the chat is confirming here, yes. Also did most of the voices for their film Team America World Police. Let's take a peep into the lobby. Jay Turner, Procyon, and Lewis T all still very strong there at this point. All three still alive. As for yourself, Lingo, you are up to £8,000. Question number 9 is worth £16,000. You lose 7 if you give me a wrong answer at this point, but double up to 16, which would match your last appearance in the hot seat. You have still got a phone a friend available to you. Don't have to play this, but take a look at question number 9. It's worth £16,000. Arthur Shakespeare was responsible for the founding of which of these newspapers? Melbourne Observer, Sydney Gazette, East Torrens Messenger, Canberra Times.
Going all around the world, I see.
All over the world. Yes, right down under at this point. Are you up on your Australian journalism?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is, I think it was a Family Fortunes clip where the question was name a famous author, or name a famous Arthur rather, and one contestant buzzed in and said Shakespeare, Arthur Shakespeare. So I guess she wasn't that far off.
It wasn't a million miles off Arthur Shakespeare. I imagine it was played for the lulz though at that point. Lingo,
Yeah.
you've got a phone a friend left. Is it time to use it, do you think?
I think it is.
Who would you like to call? You've got Matt, you've got Procyon, you've got Clive.
I know that Procyon is very smart. They've done very well when it comes to quizzes in this community. So I'm going to call Procyon.
Okay, we'll give Procyon a call. We'll get them on the line. You'll have 30 seconds to tell them the question and the 4 possible answers and hopefully glean some sort of a response from them as well. Hopefully they will undeafen in just a moment. There we go. Procyon.
Hi there.
Hi, Royal Flush from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire here. Good evening.
Oh my gosh, I love watching
Oh
your
my gosh.
streams. You're amazing.
You're very kind.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you very much. We've got a Lingomaniac here. He's doing rather well. He's got up to £8,000, but needs your help to get up to £16,000.
Ooh,
the next question.
Wait.
Yes. The next voice you'll hear will be Lingo's. He'll tell you the question and the 4 possible answers. One of them is worth £16,000. All right. Good. I will take your silence as affirmative.
Oh, yes.
Good stuff. Right, Lingomaniac, lots of luck. 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Arthur Shakespeare was responsible for the founding of which of these newspapers? Melbourne Observer, Sydney Gazette,
It's
East Torrens Messenger.
I do know this. It's the Canberra Times. There's a very funny Family Feud clip where someone says Arthur Shakespeare for naming a famous author, and they said Shakespeare. And I googled this after I saw that clip. I'm pretty sure it's the Canberra Times.
Okay, so I think we've seen the same clip.
All
right, thank you.
I would assume that's the end for this question, especially if it's only 16,000.
All right.
Having a nice chat and everyone's friends making the most of the 30 seconds there. Procyon sounds quite confident on that one.
Yeah,
actually,
I would say
answer
so.
Before you had finished reading the options to them. Inclined to trust them?
I think so. That sounds... I think that's a very confident go, especially when it was the choice that I didn't read off yet. Let's go D. Canberra Times. Final answer.
So right answer, you've just won £16,000.
All right, I've tied my PB.
You've tied your PB, and at this point, having tied that PB, you're on your own. You're out of lifelines, and you're one question away from a guaranteed £32,000. Over in the lobby, Procyon, J. Turner, and Lewis T. all still strong and still alive. This question number 10, Lingo, would guarantee you £32,000 if you give me a correct answer. You lose 15 if you're wrong. You've used all your lifelines. You can walk away. You do not have to play. But take a look. Question number 10 of a possible 15. In the Sonic Riders games, Jet, Wave, and Storm are collectively known as what? Eldorado Devils, Atlantis Thieves, Eden Avions, Babylon Rogues.
I don't think I've ever played this game.
Okay.
I remember seeing stuff about it.
Do you remember hearing what Jet, Wave, and Storm were collectively known as?
Unfortunately, no.
That's a tricky position to be in.
Yeah. I think the only thing that the main thing that I associate, I think it was a compilation of like really good Sonic music, and I know that there was one song from Sonic Riders in there.
Are you inclined to play, or are you inclined to walk away at this point? Those are the salient options.
I actually have a hunch on what this might be.
And that hunch is?
That hunch is, well, I guess since I don't have any lifelines left, I'm free to just speak my mind.
Speak freely, absolutely. Not influencing anyone.
My hunch is C, Eden Avians, because I know that there are some bird characters in Sonic Riders.
Okay.
And I know like there are certain characters that are specifically birds.
Is your hunch strong enough to want to follow it through when there's 15,000 virtual pounds on the line?
Well, considering that it would take me to 32 and a free chance at 64.
That's true. Put you back down to 1,000 if you're wrong, though, and go pretty much slap bang in the middle of your previous 2 appearances.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, not slap bang in the middle on a straight line graph. You've got 0, 16, 1,000 isn't quite in the middle, but from a question POV, it's not far off.
Now's about the time that I wish I still had my 50-50.
Nah. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Lingo?
I think I'm going to go for it.
You're going to play?
Yeah.
And you want to play Eden Avions?
Final answer.
Final answer. Final answer?
Final answer, yes.
It's the wrong answer, Lingo.
Oh.
It's D. Babylon Rogues. I'm so sorry.
Oh, well.
I was so tantalizingly close to getting that £32,000, but not one to settle for what happened last time. You took the risk, and on this occasion it didn't pay off. Babylon Rogues was the answer. Oh, Lingo, I'm so sorry.
I figured I'm going to go down swinging.
Absolutely, quite right. And hey, you don't go away empty-handed. £1,000, and we will add that to the leaderboard. Out of idle curiosity, did anyone in chat get a message saying that the bot has now pinged a thing? I've not seen it come up in the log. It may be that I don't have bonus pennies for this game and I need to test this a little bit more thoroughly at some point. Oh, it has been. It has been. Cool. It did come. Okay, well, I'll see what happens on the export for the log then. Cool. That was something that I didn't test beforehand, so I'm glad that has sort of worked. Lingo, going away with £1,000, have you had a good time?
Yes, I have.
Well, it's been lovely having you here again. We will add your name to the leaderboard and we'll see you another time.
All right, thank you.
I've jumped out of the room. I don't want to do that. So, Lingo Maniac going away with £1,000 on a wrong answer. Next up, we're going to be having a couples game, and this is going to be with a question pack from Alex R. Oni. Difficulty rating of 8 out of 10, given this one was a 6.5. This next one is coming in as an 8. Oh, yeah, lobby. Let's take a look at the lobby. Jay Turner and Lewis T got that one wrong, dropped to £1,000, which leaves Procyon as the sole surviving member of the lobby. Very well done, Procyon. I'll re-change the pack. It's going to be a paired game, a couples game, if you want to think of it like that. Whoever is fastest on the excluded and the non-excluded players will be coming to do a paired game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with, Alex R. Oni's question pack, 8 out of 10, right after the credits and giving me a chance to reload it. So sit tight, and we'll be right back in a few minutes. Welcome back to the second part of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. For our first ever partner game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, there are 11 names on the exclusion list from people who have played over the course of the season, and whoever else comes into the lobby. Lingo Maniac is the one exception, so Lingo, if by chance you win the exclusion game, I will go to the second fastest time on the exclusion list. But we'll have two people. The way I'm going to do it, I think I'll get you to pick one phone a friend each and then have a joint decision for the third. So, if you want to come and play in this game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, game number 2, you need to pop in the lobby code VIRZ, V-I-R-Z. Do come and join. And because there are 2 of you here, or going to be 2 of you, I've got the hardest question pack of the night, Alex R. Oni's question pack, 8 out of 10 difficulty for this pack. Given we've just seen Shadowmane, thank you very much to Shadowmane for that question pack. One of the other things I want to add into the functionality of this build moving forward is the ability to, for the lobby to play out the rest of the stack. So we play every pack up to 15, rather than having a pack being half completed. It does mean that Shadowmane only has 8 questions to go and create to resend in this pack, so to speak. But it's been mooted that might be quite a fun thing to do. Yeah, so that's the plan moving forward. I'll give you till the end of the sting to come and join the lobby. We're up to Z plus 7 at the moment. Plus 8. Catching up on a couple of messages in the Discord while we wait for players to join. I'll just wait till the end of this sting. Hope you're having a good time tonight. second of 3 games of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire that we're playing this evening, this being our first partners game. For what it's worth, if there's any contention between the players, my ruling, and I'm deciding this slightly on the fly here, my ruling is that I will be... If you absolutely cannot come to a joint decision, I will try and press you for a joint decision, but if you absolutely cannot come to a joint decision, I will take the final ruling of the player who is not on the exclusion list. That's how I'm going to play this. I would encourage, though, as much as possible to try and come to a joint decision on every question. But I have to have a verdict either way, otherwise we'll be here all night with you guys arguing the toss. So if you want to play, you need to be in the lobby. If you don't want to be in the hot seat because you haven't got a microphone, or you just don't want to be front and centre, you can just ignore the fastest finger game, but you must be in the lobby. Yeah, bigger stick diplomacy. You must be in the lobby if you want to take part in the lobby game, which will be happening simultaneously with the hot seat game. I think that's enough time. I'm going to lock it up, and we're going to pick, we're going to welcome our players. We welcome AB Me, Innis C, Procyonics, Jay Turner, Big Man Aaron, Natter, Adster, DC Simmons, It's Totley, Zeusless, Jay White, Shadowmain, M. Clemson, Jack Wilfred, The Real Dev, Ardenfett, Tyson Bain, Prug, Super Patrick, Apple Cars, Lewis T, Nano Owl, Cola Coda, Ali Law, Jogging Chum, Silent Marine, Matt the Ref, We Like Shapes, Clive of Legend, Samster, Drew Dave Tom 1997, Kaz Vez, Apodo Nuevo, Ash the Bash, and Effrontery. You are all sat in the wings waiting to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tonight. So, in our first pairs game, everybody is going to need to attempt the fastest finger, and the 2 fastest, one from the exclusion list, one from the non-exclusion list, will be coming in as a pair to take on Oni's 8 out of 10 question stack. Let's go to fastest finger. Nice and quiet in the audience, whispering to the bot A, B, C, D, C, D, A, B, A, C, D, B, whatever you think the answer is, but as a single string, I'm whispering it to the bot, not into public chat, after the bot has asked the question. No, after the bot has said answer now. The question is asked, the options are given, and then about 15 seconds later or 7 seconds later it says answer now. So eyes on chat as ever, follow the instructions from the bot. Here comes the next question. Put these words in order to give the name of an international organisation. North Treaty Atlantic Organisation. Make sure they're going to the bot, else they will be deleted by moderator and, more importantly, will not be processed. So, hopefully a nice, relatively simple one to start with. Let's take a look at the correct order. First, North Atlantic Treaty Organisation. North Atlantic Treaty Organisation, better known as NATO. ACBD is what you needed to write. Let's see who was right and who was in the fastest time. All of these were correct. Not all of them. Who was fastest? Zeusless in 5.19 seconds. Well done, Zeusless. First time appearance here, and it's in a partners game, and Zeusless is going to be joined by our great friend Innis, who was the fastest of the excluded players, 4.78 seconds. If you two would like to make your way towards the green room, and if you could just maybe sit tight there just for a second. I realised I probably should have gone to the loo during the break. Sit tight, and I will be back in just a second. I'm just going to pop to the loo. Dupe and dupe and dupe. Right, they're in the green room. Let's bring them in. Zeus, Innis.
Good evening to
hello.
you. Good evening. Hello.
Hello, sorry. We were just chatting there, sorry.
I just drag you out of the green room with absolutely no notice. So that's kind of fair enough. Welcome to you both. First of all, Zeus, hello.
Hello.
It's lovely to actually speak to you for the first time. You've been here for a few weeks now, but I think it's the first time into the hot seat, and I think it's the first time we've had to speak. So lovely to actually get to have a chat with you. How are you?
To you as well. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm quite nervous about this because, well, I mean, if the last one was a 6.5 out of 10, and this is an A, I am scared.
Well, nothing to be. It's all in the spirit of good fun. But I mean, you've got a bit of quiz show pedigree, haven't you, Zeusless?
Yes, yeah, I've been on a few shows. I've never applied for Millionaire in real life. There's a reason for that, but I'm much more of like a fast-paced quizzer, so that's kind of fastest finger is where it ends. When you get to the actual knowing things, no.
Well, we'll see how you get on. And in our first partner game, you are partnered up with our great friend Innes. Innes, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Lovely to have you in here with us. Obviously, you've been on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in game night, so to speak, which is why you're on the exclusion list. I'm just trying to see where you had a Lingomaniac question pack, and you saw question number 10 and got it wrong because you went away with £1,000.
I did, yeah. No, there was. I kind of used my lifelines a bit too early, and so when it came to one at that level, I didn't know. I was just out of options. So I'm hoping Zeusless might be able to maybe fill in some of the gaps in my knowledge, and we make a good team.
Well, indeed, two brains could well be better than one, but we will find it out. And say this is the first time we've done this, so it might or might not work. Lobby rule applies exactly the same. Obviously, Innes, you won't be removed from the lobby, but you will walk away on the first question, effectively, assuming you don't answer there, because you're going to be talking to me here in the stream. First things first, I need you guys to nominate 3 phone of friends to come and help you out. I was probably going to go, if you have one pick each and then a joint decision on a third, maybe? So Zeus, who are you?
Okay. I don't really know the community very well, so I'm happy for him to pick the all of the phone of friends.
Okay, if you're happy to delegate it. Innes, who have you got in mind?
Well, I noticed Samster was next on the list of times for the fastest finger, so I think he's be nice to get Samster on board.
Okay, we'll get a Samster in. Number 1 and number 2.
And it's always good to have an American to cover all bases, so let's have Clive back.
So Samster and Clive, and a third one.
And I'll just go next on the list again, and I'll pick Jack Wilfred.
And Jack Wilfred. So 2 Brits and an American. Jack Wilfred and... here comes the bonus penny. Good, that seems to be working. Good. I'm now seeing the log. Clive can't do voice right now, so we need an alternative American.
Okay.
Alternative Americans, particularly ones in green. You've got... Dev is American. You've got...
I think Dev also had a good time there, so yeah, let's go for Dev.
Okay, so we've got a Dev and we've got a Samster and a Jack Wilfred. A Canadian. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed.
That's close enough.
So close enough on the other side of the island. No, that would be like me calling Natter English. That would be awful. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Dev. That's really bad. I just think anything over there must be American. I was talking continentally, of course. You are American from a continental point of view. Saved it. Anyway, Dev and Samster and Jack Wilfred can be your 3 phone of friends. Right, so you know the drill. 15 questions, 4 lifelines to help you out along the way. That 50-50's back. Phone one of those nominated friends, ask the Twitch audience, or indeed, if you are so inclined, you can ask the host. The very best of luck to you both. Let's have some fun. Are you both ready to play?
Ready.
Only got one ready.
Yes.
Zeus is ready as well.
Okay. I am ready. My mic's just not near my mouth.
Ah, very good. Well, let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So lobby game, exactly the same procedure as the last game. Leave it blank to walk away, get it wrong, and you drop to the last milestone, whispering just a letter to the bot, and once you're frozen out, you can't answer any more questions. I'm going to fix that for next time. Zeus and Innes, good luck. Here comes your first question. It's worth £100. What day is usually celebrated on the 14th of February? All Saints' Day. New Year's Day. Day-O, the Banana Boat song. Valentine's Day.
Well, I think that would be Valentine's Day, right?
I agree. As much as I'd love to say C, I do agree with C.
Yeah, I sounds like we agree on D.
The right answer is just won £100. Day-O! I don't actually get that reference myself, but it sounds quite funny. Over in the lobby, a few people walking away. Innes, Ali Law, Effrontery, obviously Innes walk away because you talk to me. Super Patrick, Effrontery, Ali Law. Casper's actually getting that first one wrong. Bad luck. Going away with nothing. On we go. Question number 2 for £200. Which of these would be the most likely to be arid? Marsh, jungle, savanna, desert.
Right,
Well,
that's to be dry, right? So
That's
desert.
that's what I thought. I wasn't totally sure, but dry was what I thought the meaning of arid to be as well. So, yeah, I was leaning the same way as you.
I think we should go for it.
Yeah, well, let's go for D.
Right answer, you got £200. Yes, the arid is a word meaning dry, so no drama so far. Ash getting that one wrong, dropping back to 0. Drew Dave Tom walking away with £100, as is Apodo Nuevo. On we go. Question number 3 worth £300. Super hard, Ash. Bad luck. Question 3. What is the term for a bottle of champagne that is twice the size of a normal bottle? Calippo, Magnum, Solero, Cornetto.
Okay, well, I usually dread these wine bottle sizes. I get them all mixed up, but
I don't.
Magnum, yeah, I'm sure you don't. Yeah, more your area than mine. But Magnum certainly is one, and the others sound like they're just other ice lolly. So I would think it would be Magnum. Do you agree?
Yeah, I completely agree. I went to Champagne a few years ago, and I kind of fell in love and learned all of the bottle sizes. So, kind of wish this was on a harder level, but Magnum is definitely the right answer.
Well, I'm happy with that then.
The right answer, you got £300. So, what comes after a Magnum then, Zeus?
We've got Jeroboam, which is the 4 bottles.
And the biggest?
And now, because you put me on the spot, I can't remember the order.
Oh, I can't tell you the order, but do you know the biggest?
You've got Nebuchadnezzar, which is like 20 bottles.
You're good, you can stay. Yes, Nebuchadnezzar is indeed the biggest. Let's take a peep into the lobby. Just Silent Marine choosing to walk away on that one with £200. On we go. Let's have a look at question number 4. It's worth £500. Sonic the Hedgehog zones are typically divided into 2 or 3 what? Floors, acts, levels, stages.
More Sonic questions, I'm very happy.
What are you thinking, Zeus?
They are acts. Usually, I guess a lot of the older ones normally had 2 acts, didn't they? I'm pretty sure each level has acts. Yeah.
I was thinking the same. It sounds like Zeus knows this well, so I'm happy to go with acts as well.
Okay. It's the right answer. You just won £500. As it happens, I've been watching a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog on Twitch, various Twitch channels today. I do a little bit of speed running on it myself as well. Not very well, it has to be said. But yes, divided into acts. 3 acts in the first game, 2 in the second, and apart from Metropolis Zone, which is weird and different. Whoa, that's not what I expected to see there in the lobby. AB Me, Procyon, Jay Turner, Natta, DC Simmons, Jay White, Cruz, Jogging Chump, We Like Shapes, all getting that one wrong, dropping back to 0, and Samsa choosing to walk away with £300 there. That's the way the game goes. On we go. This is the last point, guys, where you could go away with nothing. Question number 5 is worth a guaranteed £1,000. You've got all 4 lifelines intact. Take a look at this. The islands of Zakynthos, Rhodes and Corfu are under which country's jurisdiction? Greece, Spain, Italy, Turkey.
Dread questions about Greece coming up because of my name. I'm not actually Greek.
We'll have a conversation in a minute about that. I'm quite sure. Do you know Zeus?
I think it's Greece, and it's really embarrassing if it isn't, but I think it is.
Innes, any thoughts?
I think it has to be. I mean, Rhodes and Corfu, they're Greek islands, right? And unless there's some kind of very strange trick to it, I think it must be
Colossus
Greece.
of Rhodes was definitely Greek, so Greece.
Yes.
You want to play?
Yeah, surely. Let's go for that.
It's good. You won £1,000.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, Zach. I can't pronounce that one. Zach Island, Corfu, Rhodes, Santorini. Santorini's the only one I've been to. Seems like a lifetime ago. Summer 2019. Nice holiday. Nice islands there. Should definitely I'd recommend them. Arden Fett's walking away with £500. Everyone else who was alive is still alive as we go to the next milestone. So up to £1,000. All 4 lifelines still intact. Zeus, you've got the name Zeus, but you're not Greek. I said I would follow up on that.
So I have no Greek background whatsoever. The story is, or at least that my dad tells me, it genuinely was just for a laugh, and I don't even think he agreed it with my mum.
Have you seen Die Hard with a Vengeance?
I've only seen the first Die Hard.
Have your parents seen Die Hard with a Vengeance?
I don't think so. I don't think there was anything really that prompted the decision. My dad is just a massive joker.
I mean, it's a great name. I'm not gonna take that away. I think it's an awesome name. But Samuel L. Jackson's character in Die Hard with a Vengeance is called Zeus. I mean, I don't know how old you are. I'm not going to pry. But that film came out in 1995, I think. If that means anything to you.
I would have been alive. Probably wouldn't have watched it. I would have been 6. So.
Okay, so that came a little bit later. Well. Innes and Zeus, you are up to £1,000. That's guaranteed. You can't lose that. You've still got all 4 lifelines intact. So let's go on. Question number 6 is worth £2,000. You might as well play this one. There's nothing to lose. Take a look. Let me know what you'd like to do. How long is the current standard Olympic-size rowing course? 500 metres, 2,000 metres, 1,000 metres, 5,000 metres.
Do you have any idea? Because I really don't.
No, unfortunately not. No, I don't really follow the Olympics very closely.
If I do, it's not for rowing, so I think we're going to have to use a lifeline here.
It looks like it, yeah.
4 available.
Any of the further friends would know rowing?
I'm just trying to think.
Jack, Samster, and Dev available. I've also got Ask the Host, Ask the Audience, and 50-50.
In terms of lifelines, I don't think 50-50 would help if we really don't have a clue.
I agree. I always tend to use Ask the Audience first, because Ask the Audience can become quite unreliable as the further we go along, because it's hard to know if people are just guessing or not.
Sure.
And I apologize if any of our friends are in fact Olympic experts, and I don't happen to know it, but my thought would be to ask the audience at this point.
I'm happy to go along with that.
Okay, we'll ask the audience. A reminder, even if you're in the lobby and have already answered, you must answer again in order to be included in the audience poll. And even if you're not in the lobby, you can still answer this question either to the bot or into public chat. Here's the question. Let's get the guys up to £2,000. How long is the current standard Olympic-size rowing course? A is 500 metres, B is 2,000 metres, C is 1,000 metres, D is 5,000 metres. A, B, C or D? On your Twitch chat audience, all vote now. Um, 3% think a 500 meters, 70% think 2,000 meters, 10% think 1,000 meters, 17% think 5,000 meters. That's based off a poll of 30 people. My wife's just bought me a box of minstrels, so I will enjoy those in a minute. Quite a strong percentage, 70% thinking B. Has that been of any help at all?
I think that's high enough to trust. What are you thinking?
I think so. I don't think there's any reason why people would just be blindly guessing 2,000 meters. I feel like, you know, if that many people are going for it, there's a good chance it's because they actually know. So if you're comfortable to trust the audience, I would be.
Cool, let's go with it then.
Okay, well, we'll go for B.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Well done, audience. You just won £2,000.
Thank you, audience.
Nice, very well done. Yes, up to £2,000 standard Olympic rowing court is court. Why have I called it court? You can see I would have been useless on that question. It's 2,000 meters long. Over in the lobby game, Big Man Aaron, Nano Owl, It's Sotley, Jack Wilfred, and Tyson Bain all getting it wrong and leaving us with £1,000. Leaves a handful of players in the lobby. As we come on to question number 7, this is worth £4,000. You lose £1,000 here. Halve your money if you're wrong, but you double it if you're right, up to £4,000. 3 lifelines left, 50-50. Phone a friend, ask the host. Take a look at question number 7. Let me know what you'd like to do. A common item in school chemistry sets, copper sulfate crystals are what colour? Blue, green, red, black.
Everything inside of me is saying blue, and part of that is because I was setting a quiz for my work last week, and it was something around octopuses and how they have copper in their blood, and that's why their blood has a bluish tint. I might just be completely making that up.
No, you're absolutely right. I believe anyway. No, chemistry is what I studied at university.
Oh, right.
It's one of my better subjects, and you're absolutely right. I think that copper tends to give things a blue color, and when you're at school, that's just one of the experiments that they often get kids to do, is make these little nicely colored crystals, and yeah, they're very much blue. And I think you're right.
Okay.
I love that sort of slightly pussyfooting around the answer. That is, I've got a degree in chemistry. It's quite charming.
Probably should have asked first, shouldn't I?
I like this. I like this chatting through what we think before immediately going to consultation. It's good. It's good dynamic. What are we thinking then? What do we want to do?
I would be quite comfortable going with blue.
I am more than happy to follow Inca's lead.
Final answer.
Final answer.
It's the right answer. You've just won £4,000. My wife nodding furiously at the side of me here. She's bought me minstrels as a peace offering because I'm old and fat, and so what I therefore need is more sugar and chocolate. Love you, baby. Let's look at the lobby. I'm getting hissed at now. Let's take a look at the lobby game. Oh, Dev and Lewis attempting and getting that one wrong, dropping back to £1,000. M. Clemson and Clive Legend choosing to walk away, leaving just Shadow, Adster, Matt, and Cola, and Apple Cars, who didn't see right down there at the bottom in the lobby game. As for our hot seat players, Zeus and Innis, you're up to £4,000. Question number 8 is worth £8,000. Still got 3 lifelines, 50-50. Phone a friend, ask the host. Lose 3,000 if you're wrong, but double your money up to £8,000 if you give me a right answer to the next question. Have a look. Let me know what you'd like to do. Son Montuno was the foundation of which musical style? Tango, calypso, salsa, flamenco.
I don't really have much insight here. I would have guessed it would be something sort of Latin American, just so Son Montuno sounds Spanish to me, but that doesn't narrow it down particularly from these options. Do you have any thoughts?
I really don't know. I'm trying to figure out what language that is without any knowledge of any Latin American languages, so it's going to be difficult.
Yes. I really wouldn't even know which way I'd even lean at this point. I guess we're gonna have to probably turn to some lifelines. Plural.
I agree.
3 of them there, 50-50. Phone a friend, ask the host. All available to use if you would like. Worth £8,000 if you give me a right answer. Cost you 3 if you're wrong.
I mean, from what I've learned, Ben has a background in music. So
That's true. Yeah, no, Ben is a musician, and I don't know if Ben will want to be put on the spot or not, but I think if anyone's likely to have some insight here, it could well be Ben. So I'd be happy to ask the host here if you would be.
Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to ask me?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
All right, here's what I think. Yes, you are right. I have got a musical background. I've got an undergraduate degree in music. I've got a master's degree in music performance. Before COVID-19, I made my living as a professional musician, a working musician, and I haven't got the foggiest.
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't even guess. This strikes me as a linguistics question rather than a music question. My background is very much Western classical, sort of Baroque, classical, romantic, modern. The stuff I play tends to be romantic and classical. When it comes to other styles outside of the sort of European Western classical music from the last 500 years, I'm afraid I am drawing a blank. My mum might know this because she likes Strictly Come Dancing, so maybe this is more of a dance question than that, but based on what is there, I would say tango or salsa, mainly because the letters are jumping out at me. Son montuno. Son. Okay, put your thinking out on then. Son is with. Montuno is one. Is that so? Is it with one tune or with one step? Maybe something like that would be my. I mean, I'm with you that it's Latin American. Given the answers that are here, that's pretty much all we've got to go on. I think it's with one something, the translation. What that translates into, I do not know. What's the tango? Dum, bum, 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 bum. That's a tango, isn't it? If it's sort of
this
with
was
one
worth
in a
using
bar.
the lifeline just for that.
I need a rose. Hang on, what have I got? Oh no, that's all sorts of wrong. Let's try that one. No. I think that tastes disgusting. Has that leaked? Anyway, I think it's with one something. Based on that, bear in mind, I'm not a dancer by any stretch of the imagination. I would be inclined to go tango, because tango sort of feels one in a bar. Bum bum ba dum 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 bum bum ba da 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 dum. But I honestly, I really don't know. I really don't know. My inclination would be tango, but that would be a punt and only a half-educated one. I'm really sorry, guys, but that's my final answer.
Well, thanks anyway.
Thank you.
Are we allowed to phone your mom?
Afraid not.
Oh.
She'll be asleep by now anyway. She's
okay.
If I'm old, then she's a generation above.
Yeah, the word. So if we're thinking of this as a language question, and I'm thinking Spanish here. I thought so. Con and sin were with and without. So I don't think son is actually with, if that's what you were saying.
So the only help that I offered turns out to actually be wrong. Good.
Not necessarily.
I'll just go that way.
You're right. If I had to guess, I would say that son meant sound. Based on my very limited linguistics, though. Ben could well be right about Montuno being one. I have no.
Well, it's different mono, isn't it? Mono, as in monotheistic, and monospace. It's sort of one
yes.
thing. The Latin derivation.
Yeah, it would make some sense. So
there's no possible meaning we can find in. I'm thinking if the uno part is one, Mont Blanc, but although that's French, isn't it? But like one mountain. I don't know where I'm going.
Mountain as well. Yeah, that could be another option for the Mont, but probably true in Spanish as well. In terms of what
you have got 2 lifelines left, 50-50 phone a friend, just to point that out.
I feel we may have to use both potentially. I don't know specifically that any of our phone a friends here are particular expert. This kind of thing. They may well be. I haven't talked to everything, but do you think it would be better to use 50-50 first, or potentially save that? What do you think would be better
I think
here?
it might be better to phone a friend first, just because they will be. If it's 2 options, they might be more likely to just say, just oh, I don't. They might be backed up in a wrong answer, if that makes sense. If their 50 stays. So I think it might be better to phone a friend first.
Okay,
I see what you mean.
You've got Sapster, Jack Wilfred, or Dev to call upon.
Again, purely on the sort of geographical basis. I know Dev's not. Dev is Canadian, but
not American.
just not American at all. But purely geographical proximity to Latin America, and perhaps there are more cultural kind of interests there than our other two phone friends who are both in the UK. So I might lean towards asking Dev. But I do apologise to Jack or Sam if it turns out that you do know.
I'm happy to go with your choice there.
Okay.
Okay. We'll call Dev. We'll get him on the line. You'll have 30 seconds, and Zeus, if you would do the talking, since you're the focus player, as it were. Okay. You've got 30 seconds to tell him the question and the 4 possible answers, and then hopefully glean some sort of response from him as well. Dev.
Ben.
Hi, Royal Flush here from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Lovely to have you with us. We've got Zeus and Inca here. They're doing rather well, but they've come a little bit unstuck on a question here, and they need your help to get up to the next amount, which I can't now remember, because £8,000. £8,000 is what they're looking to do. Question number 8. There'll be a question, and there are still 4 possible answers. 30 seconds is what they'll have to tell you the question. It'll be Zeus who'll be talking. One of them is worth £8,000. All right, Dev.
Sounds good to me. £8,000. How hard could it be?
How hard could it be? We'll find out. Zeus, lots of luck. 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Son Montuno was the foundation of which musical style? Is it tango, calypso, salsa, or flamenco?
I've never heard of Son Montuno. I have heard of Son Mexicano, and I don't know how connected that is.
What does that mean, that San Mexicano?
Mexicans. Okay. So it could be something in the Americas. So I'd maybe take out flamenco.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Could mean with Mexicans is what Dev is deriving from this. Well, we're still here. 50-50 left. You lose 3 if you're wrong. 8,000 if you're right.
I think we'd be a bit foolish not to use 50-50 at this point, because so let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, computer, take away 2 random wrong answers, please. Leave Zeus and Innes just the right answer and the 1 remaining wrong answer. Well, that blows my theory out of the water. Salsa or flamenco is what you're left with.
Well, Dev did lean us slightly away from flamenco. And if my initial vibe was Latin American, and it sounded like yours might have been as well. So if I had to choose one of these 2, I would lean salsa, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I'm more likely to go with that, also because of what Ben said before. I don't know if there was basis on that, but he said tango or salsa, and I'm more than happy to risk at this level.
The basis was that Montuno had an S in it, or Son Montuno had an S in it. They began with the same letter.
That's not the actual reasoning.
Well, that's true, and I agree. Considering we're on 4,000, I think we can aim a bit higher potentially.
Yeah,
you don't have to play. You can walk away with £4,000. You lose 3 if you're wrong. You go up to 8 if you're right. Do you want to play?
I think it's worth
so.
it.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're going to
salsa then.
Final answer. C, salsa.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Okay, because you've asked me 10,000 years ago, I don't get a response in the log. So computer, can you please tell us, is the answer C, salsa? It is! The game goes on!
Awesome. Wow.
My wife's whispering stuff at me.
The M were the mountain.
My wife is saying it means of the mountain rather than of the monotone.
I just read it up.
Oh, you've just looked it up. Okay. You can't look stuff up.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you're not playing, so I suppose that's sort of
I'm
fine.
not any part of this other than a spectator.
Guys, well done. You're up to £8,000. Very, very well done. Let's just take a peep into the lobby. Cola getting that one wrong, dropping to 1,000. Apple getting that one wrong, and Adster, Matt, and Shadowmane all walking away with 4,000, which means you have defeated. I went to say beaten then, which is why the stress was in the wrong place. Beaten or defeated the lobby. All lobby players are now all eyes on you. But you have burned through all 3 of your lifelines on that question. It is just you two on this from this point onwards. Question 9 is worth 16. You're 2 away from the next big milestone of £32,000. You lose 7 if you give me a wrong answer. Have a look at question number 9. You don't have to play, but take a look and let me know what you'd like to do. In the film series Kill Bill, what was the code name of the lead character, the bride? Black Mamba, Copperhead, Cottonmouth, Sidewinder.
Do you know Kill Bill at all?
No, film is like my worst topic. All I know is that these are all snakes.
This is where you needed us, the pissing host. I knew this one before the answers came up.
This is exactly what happened last time I was here as well. I used my life under too early, and then the question I went out on, Ben was seething because he couldn't have answered it.
It's the steam coming out of my ears through the headphones.
Yeah.
This is the one, and I can say that because you've got no lifelines left, so I'm not influencing anyone.
Yeah.
But, I really hope you get this one.
I'm guessing you haven't seen Kill Bill then.
No, I haven't. I really wouldn't be much help at all. It sounds as though it would have to be a stab in the dark if we were to go for it.
It's worth 16 if you're wrong, you lose 7. Sorry, it's worth 16 if you're right, you lose 7 if you're wrong.
So I even at 8,000, I kind of am okay to gamble if you are, but it is 25%.
It would. I'm not opposed to that. It could be that our strengths lie ahead. So, yeah, like you say, 8,000, 1,000. What's the difference really? Though, I think it would be 25%. I don't even know which way I would lean.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and.
I just realised I'm not sharing the screen with you guys. Let me turn the screen share on. You can actually see everything in real time.
Oh right, okay.
My bad.
Oh, there we go.
If you are going for a stab in the dark, which one are you inclined towards?
Part of me wants to rule out Cottonmouth because I'm taking something from a question on the chase not too long ago where Cottonmouth was the answer, and I feel like it was something to do with literature. So I just want to exclude that just for that reason.
Okay.
But otherwise, I don't know.
For what little it matters, and it could be complete nonsense. The ones I got the best feelings about when I heard them were Copperhead and Sidewinder. Somehow those just sounded cool as code names in a way that the others don't.
Oh, see, I thought Black Mamba was the biggest one. I mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in terms of the actual snakes. I don't know a lot about snakes, but I thought that Copperhead and Sidewinder were more common, and Black Mamba's like the King Cobra, and the ones with 2 names always sound better, don't they?
I suppose. And Black Mambas are big. You're right.
The lead character, you don't know anything about Kill Bill at all, I'm guessing.
I really don't, honestly. I'm afraid.
Okay.
I was saying it. I feel just sort of.
I do want to risk it, but
okay. I feel slightly emasculated here. Really upset. I've got to sit here and be quiet.
Well, honestly, if Black Mamba was what caught your attention first, I'm not gonna lie. I was doing little more than just talking off the top of my head. I really have no actual basis. So
I also don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah.
What's it going to be, guys? It's £16,000 for a right answer. Lose 7 if you're wrong. In the film series Kill Bill, what was the code name of the lead character, the bride? Black Mamba, Copperhead, Cottonmouth, Sidewinder.
Okay, well, on the basis that you were leaning towards a particular one, whereas I was just vaguely leaning towards 2. So rather than have to then decide between which of those 2 to go for, shall we just go for your 1 and?
I will take all of the blame if it's wrong, but yeah, should we just do it?
Well, it will be as much my fault, but yeah, let's just have a stab. Let's go for A.
Yeah, fine.
So
okay.
I missed the bit where you were leaning towards 1, Zeus. Just confirm
I think
for me.
I'd say Black Mamba. I think it's the biggest of these 4 snakes. Again, my knowledge of snakes is limited. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I think Black Mamba is the biggest out of the 4, which is why if it's the lead character, I'd rather go with that.
And I'm happy to take the plunge and go for it as well.
So you want to play a Black Mamba?
Black Mamba.
Yes.
Final answer.
Final answer. Are we done?
You've just won £16,000.
Wow. Ben, I was so sure we'd just broken your heart there, the way you reacted.
So there's a scene right near the beginning. So they are all code names of characters. I couldn't tell you which one was which. My wife could, and she's going to come in and do that right now, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I can't actually remember her name. Uma Thurman's character, the bride. She
Beatrix
is
Kiddo.
indeed Beatrix Kiddo. That someone is Black Mamba. Coppermouth was
L Driver?
No. I'm just thinking. No, Cottonmouth. Sorry, Cottonmouth was played by Lucy Liu. She was the head of the
Crazy 88.
Crazy 88.
I
And
know all
then
that.
Copperhead was the one right at the beginning, the first lady who she has the fight with. So Copperhead was
I can't remember her name, but yeah.
No, I can't.
She's the one who said I should have been the motherfucking Black Mamba.
She was indeed. Sidewinder, curiously, was Bud.
Oh, was Sidewinder Bud?
Was Sidewinder.
There we go. Yes, Quentin Tarantino film 2004 and 2005, Kill Bill's Part 1 and 2. But yes, it was Black Mamba. Let's take a look at the lobby. There's nothing to look at in the lobby because they're all gone already. Let's go back to your game. You know where you are. You're 1 away from the next big milestone of £32,000. No, we're not family friendly anymore, Ernie. I've removed. I haven't had that tag for close to a year now. Well, 6 months at least, so I can say that. I'm just quoting a line anyway. It's fine. Give me a right answer to this one, guys. You're guaranteed £32,000. Wrong answer will drop you back to £1,000. Good luck. Innes, this will be a familiar position for you.
Yes.
Let's see what happens. Best of luck. Question number 10 of a possible 15. IKEA caused controversy in 2009 when they changed their corporate typeface from Futura to what? Times New Roman, Franklin Gothic, Verdana, Gil Sans, or Jill Sans, just in case there's anyone who's got GIF version in the chat and I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Well, do you have any? I'm not really very sure in this all. Do you have any thoughts first of all?
I don't know it. I was really hoping Comic Sans wouldn't come up because that'd be the one I'm drawn to. I don't know how similar Jill or Gil Sans is to Comic Sans.
Well, this is completely entirely wrong reason. I happen to know that Gil Sans has some controversy because Mr. Gill, who it is named after, is, to be very polite about it, a controversial figure. I won't go into why. People can read about it if they want to, but that is named after a person who is not a very savoury character.
Oh.
So I can see why that might cause some controversy if that was what they chose, but I don't actually have any real, in terms of the actual substance of the question, I don't know. I don't know what the font is. I can't really picture it.
Okay. I mean, I'm thinking of the font of the logo, but that's not the same. It's the corporate font, so it would be different.
Yeah, I don't remember the logo changing.
Yeah, I'm happy to walk away at this one if we don't really have an idea.
If you're happy to walk away, I am as well. 16,000 will be an improvement from my point of view as well. So I'd be quite happy to go with that. And like I said, my reasoning could be completely up the wrong path. So if you're happy to walk away, I would be more than happy with 16,000.
Cool. I think we should do that then.
Final answer. You're going to walk away.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Okay, give them a massive round of applause. Zeus and Innes go away with £16,000, and Innes puts himself onto the leaderboard with £16,000 along with Zeus the last time, seen question 10 and decided to acquiesce to defeat, and Zeus on a first time appearance partnered up with Innes, going away with £16,000. Just out of idle curiosity, if you guys were going to play, what do you think you'd have gone with?
I was leaning very slightly towards Gil Sans, but it was not real knowledge.
I also would have gone with Gil Sans if we had to answer.
If you'd have gone with D. Gill Sands, you'd no longer be sat there with £16,000. Because you'd have just lost 15.
Oh.
The correct answer was C. Vidana.
Well, thank you for talking me out of that, then, Zeus. I appreciate that.
So, walking away.
If it's Comic Sans, it would be more likely.
Yes, Comic Sans. That did come up in the chat, Comic Sans. But Vidana was the right answer. Zeus, a wonderful first time appearance here, and Inez, always lovely to have you back. Have you both had a good time?
Very much so. Thanks, Zeus.
Been great, thank you. Yeah.
Well, we will add you to the leaderboard, which of course everyone will be able to access from the Discord. But for now, walking away, a very sensible decision there with £16,000. We've got one more game of Millionaire, and this is the open hunting season game. So even players on the exclusion list will be able to come and play. I will exclude, Lingo, Inca, and Zeus, because of course they've played tonight. And I will also be excluding Procyon, because Procyon has written the question pack. It is rated as a 7 out of 10 difficulty, so right slap bang between the two that we've seen tonight. Do not go away. I will be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to load the question pack up, pop to the loo, and then we will have the final game of the evening. But for now, Zeus and Inca, very well done. £16,000.
Much appreciated.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome back to the third and final part of this evening's Switcheroo Week Game Night Classics Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Just before the break, we saw Zeusless and Innis go away with £16,000, walking away from a question from Oni. Thank you very much to all the question writers for this evening. And if you would like to write some questions for the community and the games that we play here, you can join the Discord. Get yourself the question writer role, and then you can download the tool that will help you to write questions for the games that we play here, a combination of originals and classics. Stuff, what's coming up? Pinacolada tomorrow night with our friend Mr. the Tipster. Over at 7 PM over on his Twitch channel right there, 7 PM. Do go give him a follow and a like. Matt the Ref has got his season finale of Take It or Leave It on Monday night. Celebration of International Women's Day, I believe, is the season finale theme for Monday. So do go give Matt a watch on Monday evening over on his channel there. I'm going to be back on Tuesday with back to regular broadcast schedule, and we're going to be back to classics with Blockbusters and The Code. That is going to be this Tuesday. We've got 2 players, I think, returning. I forget. I think Matt was one. I forget the other. But early start time 7:30 for Matt on Monday. Just bear that in mind. Early start time for Matt. Returning on Tuesday, Blockbusters and The Code with me. Ash is going to be here. Our great friend Ash the Bash is going to be here on Wednesday with. Let me go to the right part. Witness Wednesday. No, that's Quizzy Dan, who is not doing Witness Wednesday. 15 to 1. 15 to 1 with our friend Ash. This coming Wednesday over on his channel. Dan is starting something new. It might not be Witness Wednesday, but something puzzle related. But if you want to go and support Dan, do go give him a follow as well. Ash is also going to be here on Friday the 12th of March with The Vault. The Vault, making a return over on his channel, saying twitch.tv/AT_bash. I'm going to be back next Saturday with another original in the shape of course, more League Face-Off, but also Bidding War. Bidding War is coming back next Saturday. And I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm thinking if you like the last question pack, you'll like next weekend, because Oni's question pack is very likely to feature on Bidding War next weekend. So do come along for that. Jury's out on the order of proceedings. It will probably be one face-off, then Bidding War, then another face-off, just so it curtails. It's only because Millionaire is a bit of an unknown quantity. I thought I'd get the face-offs out of the way, whereas Bidding War is pretty hard and fast to an hour and 10. So yeah, do come along for that next week. Lots going on. Just looking ahead, the Going for Gold pilot is scheduled for the 23rd of March. I think it is Tuesday the 23rd of March. Let me just look at the calendar. 23rd of March. Yes, and so just now, 27th of March, which is, I know, quite a way away, 3 weeks today, but 27th of March, which is the Saturday after Going for Gold, which I say is tentatively scheduled, penciled in for the 23rd of March. 27th of March is going to be the second of the rewards from the charity stream, aka Meet the Flushes. Mrs. Flush and I will be doing an AMA and Ask Me Anything on that day, the 27th of March. It might be a regular stream with other things, other regular games as well. It might be that we do something together after the AMA, that we do a joint hosting evening. That is probably quite likely. But 27th of March, AMA, the first sort of part of that stream, maybe the first half an hour, 45 minutes, will be an AMA with me and Mrs. Flush. I might even start slightly earlier so you can get questions in so that we can finish in a timely fashion, do our regular scheduled face-off games.
Funnily enough, Adster, that's exactly kind of what we were just talking about.
Mrs. Flush just mentioned we could do some sort of Millionaire, Flushes Play Millionaire. I don't want to make it too egocentric. I don't want it to be, look at us, look at us. You know, we're not a cult, a personality cult. Yeah, no, but it's just me. No, I'm not. But we might do something, because of course we've got regular scheduled face-off to do. So we might start a bit earlier, do an AMA from 8 till 8:45 with 30 minutes at the beginning to get your questions in or something like that, and then do our face-off games, and then do the Escape Artist or the Purge or something. I can't remember what's actually scheduled for that day, but just ahead of time, 27th of March is where we're scheduled for Meet the Flushes AMA. So if you've got any burning questions that you wanted to ask the two of us about either anything to do with the online quiz world or anything to do with our lives in IRL lives, obviously within reason, then that is the one to Ben. The Flushy Diaries, the Flush Diaries. Mr. and Mrs. is a great show. We could play Mr. and Mrs. That could be quite fun. We'll figure out something. We'll do something with that night. I'm aware that we've got Face Off that we will need to play on that evening as well. So put it in your diaries, 27th of March, meet the Flushes. For this evening, we have got one more question pack, and this is from Procyon. And this is open hunting season. I'm going to bring down the exclusion list for this game only, notwithstanding Lingo Maniac, Zeus, and Innis, who will still be on the exclusion list, but everyone else's name will be cleared just for this game. So anyone who has played in the past will have an opportunity to come and take on Prussian's question pack, 7 out of 10 difficulty. And if you want to do that, the drill is exactly the same. You need to punch in the lobby code and win fastest finger first. OVFA. A reminder, you do need to have a microphone. And if you want to play in the lobby game, you still need to be in this lobby right here. So if you have no intention of coming to the hot seat, join the lobby, but then don't play fastest finger first. Procyon, get out of the lobby. You don't need to be in the lobby. It's your question pack. We know you know all the answers. Procyon, you don't need to be in the lobby. I'll take you out from here. We'll do that. Can I do that? I'm not sure I can do that, actually, with this. Have I got a Twitch control class? Damn it! I haven't. Procyon, would you kindly leave the Big Brother house? There we go. Thank you. Just because we've got quite a few people tonight, I just want to make sure there's plenty of room, and I know that it's your question pack. Yeah, you want to fastest finger, but it's your question pack. Speaking of fastest finger, I need to clear the exclusion list. So Clive, Keshi, Samster, Matt, Innis stays on, Procyon. Oh no, Procyon needs to stay on, although they're not in the lobby. Topper one, AJ, Cola, Lingo, and Zeus need to stay on as well because they played tonight. So let's just move them up. Lingo, Zeus, Innis, and Procyon are now the only players on the exclusion list, and that will go back to normal after that. Yeah, because Procyon, if you fastest finger and you end up winning, then you end up facing your own question pack. So, although you're on the exclusion list, actually, come to think about it, so you'll be flagged in orange. All right, Procyon, looks like there's space. Come back into the lobby. You can come back in. You can play fastest finger because you're excluded. So it's fine. You can come back. So yeah, Lingo, Zeus, Innis, and Procyon are the only players excluded. They're the only players who'll go orange. And of course, yeah, penny bonus. Yeah, that's my bad. I forgot, of course, you need to be in the lobby if you want the penny bonus. So, we'll leave it there. You must have a microphone if you want to come and play. Let's lock the lobby and get our final game of the night underway. Overly vicious French artist. Very nice, Jay White. We welcome AB Me, Matt the Ref, Jay Turner, Topper One Gaming, Big Man Aaron, Jogging Chum, Shadowmain PX41, Ian Dominic Gaming, Drew Dave Tom, Effrontery, DC Simmons, Keshi Head, Natter, Jack Wilfred, Energia, Adster, We Like Shapes, Claire, It's Sotley, Ash the Bash, Tyson Bain, Mr. Quiz Worthing, Proogs, Apodo Nuevo, Zeusless, Sampster, Applecars, Silent Marine, Oni91, Cola, M. Clemson, Puzzle Dan, Nano Owl, Kazvez, Jay White, Innis, and Procyon the Question Writer. Welcome to all of you as you face into the wings to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tonight. So, final game of the evening. Like I say, I've reduced the exclusion list just to players who have either written or have already featured tonight. Anyone else, it is fair game for you this evening. I will update, the leaderboard in the morning. Along with your pennies. Anyone who's in the lobby will get a penny. And, of course, there'll be a bonus penny at some point between 5 and 15 minutes after the game starts. So, if you want to get into this hot seat, you need a microphone. 37 players have been given a penny. That's nice, isn't it? Why is that frozen? Why have you frozen? Why have you frozen? Why has it frozen? The game appears to have frozen. Game? Unity? Clap on, Unity. Clap on. What? I don't think I pressed the wrong button. I can't even close it. Are you in an infinite loop? Have you gone into an infinite... See, this is another reason why I need to rebuild this game, because it's an absolute travesty before God and man. I'm actually having to press Control or Delete to close down this Unity editor. What on earth has happened there? I'm assuming it's that one with all the power going. Sorry about that. No idea what just happened there. More pennies. Yeah, but it's not. It won't be more pennies because unfortunately it won't print that list. So it won't be more pennies. It will be the same pennies if you rejoin the lobby. But we didn't see a question. I'm really not sure what's happened there. Author join lobby. No, I don't think we've had author join lobby before. And it won't have done anything with the names at that point. The author is just on the exclusion list as ever. As other players who have played. So not quite sure what's happened there. Very apologies. Let's try that again. Procyon pack is still loaded. Only thing I can think of, and actually I'm just going to check this before we go in. I'm not going to look at the questions, but I'm just going to fire Procyon's pack into the JSON editor and see if there's maybe something in the question pack that it doesn't like. No, it's processing that fine. It's passing the JSON okay, so not sure what happened there. Maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe I pressed the wrong button. Let's try again and see what happens. More Sting is right, DC Simmons. More Sting is right. Okay, well, sorry about that. I need to rebuild this build, but try it again. IVTI. You join the lobby. I'll edit the exclusion list. What I'm going to do, rather than reducing the exclusion list from 12 down to 4, I'm going to leave it at 12, but I'll leave it with a load of empty canvases, just in case it was something weird there. How many is that? 26, 7, 26 plus 10, 36. That's 37. That's the same number we had before. Are we happy with that? Are we happy with that? If we're happy with that, I'll lock it now. Let's do it. Let's lock it now. I'll read names again. AB Me, Samster, Jack Wilfred, Matt the Ref, Ash the Bash, Big Man Aaron, Pruse, Jogging Chum, Top of One Gaming, Claire, Keshi Head, Jay Turner, Dogfish44, Ian Dominic Gaming, Tyson Bain, Cola Cola, Adster, Apple Cards, Energia, Shadowmane, Mr. Quiz, Worthing, Puzzle Dan, Jay White, M. Clemson, Drew Dave, Tomit, Sotley, We Like Shapes, Effrontery, DC Simmons, Oni91, NSC, Natter, Apodonuevo, Silent Marine, Zeusless, Kazvez, Nanoel from Glare or Glamorgan. Congratulations, you're in the hot seats, ready to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tonight? There we go. I went a bit too quick that time. Right. Don't break this time, please, game. Don't break. Don't break. Don't break. There we go. You didn't break. It didn't break when I did that last time. 37 players again. Don't break when I press fastest finger, please. Well, it didn't break, but it also didn't do anything else. Let's try that again. Press the fastest finger button. No. Why is it breaking? I was just thinking, am I out of fastest finger questions? I can't be out of fastest finger questions. Surely. Maybe I am out of fastest finger. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only place I'd put a while loop like that. Whoops. So let's go to Be Right Back first before I do that. Give me a second. I might have to invent a fastest finger question. On the fly. Put these letters in alphabetical order. That'd be a good one to do. Let me just go and have a quick look over the text file for that. I thought I'd implemented a warning where it would tell me if we're nearly out of fastest finger questions. But let me just go and look and see what the trivia says. Trivia stacks fastest finger. It's very possible we're out of fastest finger questions and it's just not telling me. Is that fastest finger? What's Toad Boy test stack? Oh, that's actually a test stack of the game. Fastest finger limited. Okay, there's only 3 there. Well, that's no good. Right. I'm actually just glancing through these. It does look as though these have all been used. So more fastest finger questions, more fastest finger trivia. I'm going to delete all of those, assuming that is the problem. In fact, I won't delete them all just in case that's not the problem, but I will add another one at the bottom. Yeah, this will do. Stand by. I like write this question. Right. Very fast question, just written for that. I'm hoping that will solve the problem. Did I edit that to the right file? Oh god, if I edited that on the wrong file, then that won't fix anything. Sorry, stand by. Why am I getting more viewers? Now, why is the view count going up when things break? Don't do... No, well, I mean, do go. I mean, it's lovely to have more people here. I'm very grateful to you being here, but stay there until such time as it's finished. I'm just second-guessing myself. No, of course that was right. Right, okay, I'm going to leave that folder open just in case. Right, third time lucky. I've added an extra question. If it works this time, it's because we ran out of fastest finger questions. And hopefully it will find the one fastest finger question that we haven't used. And if that is the case, then I will get some more fastest finger questions from you all. On the other hand, if it still breaks, then I might have to curtail the last game of the night and end on a bit of a damp squib. Because if it's not this, then I'm sort of out of ideas. But it is freezing on a loop, which makes me think, because when I was old and crap, I would have just made it search for a thing until it finds a thing. And if there's no more thing to find, it would just keep trying to search forever. It's called a while loop, for those of you who aren't coding inclined. And it's a terrible thing to do. It's good in some situations, but not this one. Anyway, if you want to come play, lobby code, third time lucky. Yeah, a wild while loop. Just escaping from us. So, hopefully that wild while loop will not get away from us this time. We're at 36. There was one more last time. 37? Oh, good lord, we've got a lot more. Welcome, new people. Stalling the game. While you do that, let me update the exclusion list for the third time. God, if this isn't what the problem is, then I'm going to be really annoyed. Because I'm going to have to go and dig at that point. Zeus, and Lingo, and Innis, and of course Procyon, who's written the pack. Assuming it's not to do with the excluded players. 2 more spots if you want to come and grab them. 2 more spots if you want to come and grab them. Welcome, Kegler Coach. You do need a microphone, by the way, to play this game in the hot seat. But if you want to play in the lobby and get a penny, you can do just that. Come on, let's get one more. One more player. One more player. I'm going to have a minstrel. Una más. If you can't come to Mike, you can just join and then ignore fastest finger. There we go. Hello, Pillow Beer. Welcome. Right, let's lock it. Oh god, I've got to do the name. AB Me, Jay Turner, Samsa, Jogging Chum, Jay White, Dogfish, Ashtabash, Proogs, Energia, Claire, DC Simmons, Topper One Gaming, Effrontery, Ohey, Applecast, Adster, Tyson Bain, We Like Shakes, Big Man Aaron, It's Sotley, Jack Wilfred. I've got one more ping. I'm going to kill some time. Ian Dominic Gaming, Oni91, Casvers, Silent Marine, Cashy Head, Not a Jumble of Numbers, Cola, Matt the Ref, Innis, Mr. Quizworthing, Apoda Nueva, Natter, Shadowmane, M. Clemson, Puzzle Dan, Zeus, Drudev Tom, Nano Owl, Procyon, Kegler Coach, and Pillow Beer. Welcome to all of you filling the lobby, all 42 of you. Welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yeah, all sense of doing it elegantly and making it all time out and so with a big gap in the middle and a big gap at the end is fine. Let's find out if this still breaks. If this still breaks, then I might have to go and do some digging, and at which point I might have to end the stream. So let's find out. That is the wrong button to press for that. Hopefully that didn't do anything. Fingers crossed it doesn't crash when I press fastest finger this time. Okay. The issue was we were out of fastest finger questions, which means it's almost certainly going to have picked the one that I've just written. So brace yourself for typos, but assuming I've remembered how the compiling for this fastest finger works, hopefully it'll compile and the answer will be correct. At least we know what the problem is now. More fastest finger questions, please. Come and join the Discord. Come and join the Discord. Write me some. Get the question right. Give me some more fastest finger stuff. I clearly need to update this. Right, A B C D C D A B. You know the drill. Whisper it to the bot as a single string of characters, not A enter B enter and so on. Single string of 4 characters in the correct order. Best of luck. Here comes the next question. Whisper it to the bot and wait for the bot to tell you in the chat before submitting your answer. Here comes the next question. I do manually write the fastest finger ones, but we've run out of those manually written ones. Here it comes. Focus on the right window. Here it comes. Yes. Put the Sonic the Hedgehog stages in order of appearance. Labyrinth Zone, Marble Zone, Spring Yard Zone, Green Hill Zone. It's the first thing that came to mind, and I've been watching a lot of Sonic today, and I know it doesn't need fact-checking. I must have spelled hedgehog wrong. Which I might have done. Are there 2 E's in hedgehog? Well, now I know what the problem was. We ran out of fastest finger questions, so some more fastest finger questions would be lovely. Right. Correct order, if this has worked, which I'm hoping it has. Green Hill Zone is the first zone of Sonic the Hedgehog. Then you get Marble Zone, which is the fire zone. The trivia pool replacing Harry Potter. I think it's a good idea, Ash. Third was Spring Yard Zone, and then Labyrinth Zone is Zone 4. D, B, C, A is what you needed. The answer to that question. Let's have a look. There's very little in the exclusion list. Let's find out who was right and who was right in the fastest time. All of these were right. Not everyone. Who was fastest? Shadowmane in 5.95 seconds. Well played, mate. You're into the hot seat tonight. Not very many people. Who was next? Zeus was next, but of course getting the exclusion flag there. And then Ash on 8.5. So Shadowmane, who wasn't on the exclusion list to begin with, this was an open hunting season game, but Shadowmane has been the one to get here. So Shadowmane, if you would like to make your way to the green room, you're already in the green room. Fantastic. Let me bring you in to live chat. Shadowmane, hello.
Good evening, Ben.
Lovely to have you here. Very well. Your Sonic knowledge is exemplary, sir.
Yeah, we've had so much Sonic tonight, haven't we?
I've been labouring that bat a little bit strongly, but welcome to the game. Lovely to have you here. Have you been in the Millionaire hot seat before?
I have been in this hot seat 2 times. The first time I walked with £125,000. The second time I got a Atomic Kitten question incorrect and lost £7,000.
So yes, I'm seeing here 8 Minky's question pack. You walked at 125, and Carl the 7th's question pack. You got question 9 wrong and went away with £1,000. So this was open hunting season. You weren't on the exclusion list, so you've not been here in the last couple of seasons. But you were the fastest finger on that question that I very hastily threw together. So you're ready to play for another £1 million tonight, virtual £1 million. First of all, Shadowmane, thank you very much for your question pack from earlier on. I know you've got another one in the wings in waiting. First of all, I need you to nominate 3 phone a friends.
Right. Well, who proofed this question pack, first of all?
8 Minky has proofed all the question packs tonight, so you can't have 8 Minky, you can't have me.
Well, he's not here, so...
And you can't
I'm
have...
my phone of friends, I think, should be Colo, Tyson, and Dogfish, all wonderful people.
Colo, Tyson, Dogfish, if you can confirm, you are all available. Colo is all good. So that's an all-British team you've got there. Colo, Tyson and Dogfish.
Yep.
Let's just wait for Tyson and Dogfish to confirm. Colo has confirmed okay. Is Tyson around? I'm not... Have I seen Tyson tonight? Tyson not... Oh, no, Tyson is appearing in the chat. Let's just wait and see. Dogfish is here with his 5th glass of wine. Good man, Dogfish, man, after my own heart. And Tyson Bain, all here, and all in the green room as well, so I'm looking unnecessarily good. Great. Well, Shadowmane, the very best of luck to you this evening. You know the drill. 15 questions between you and a virtual £1 million. Those 4 lifelines along the way. The 50-50. Phone the friend, or phone a friend. Ask the Twitch audience, or indeed ask the host. This is Procyon's question pack. Rated 7 out of 10 difficulty. We wish you the best of luck. You ready to play?
Let's do this.
All right, let's play. Who wants to be a millionaire? All right, Twitch audience, you know the drill. Whispering a letter to Persephone's Twitch bot 15 seconds from when the question appears in the chat. Walk away, leave it blank. Get it wrong or walk away, and you're frozen out of the rest of the evening. Gentlemen, good luck. Here comes question number 1. It's worth £100. With reference to what event did the headline La Parisienne read Notre-Dame de l'Âme, le récit de la catastrophe in 2019? Rebirth of Christ, massive fire, alien invasion, French Revolution.
It's a fire. Massive fire, final answer.
Right answer, you got £100. Yes, of course, this is the fire at Notre Dame Cathedral. Caught fire. Tragic event in...
yeah, very tragic. I was watching... Oh, wow.
Bit of a bloodbath there in the lobby. A few players getting it wrong. Dropping back. So, Dogging Chum, Dogfish, Ash, Apple Cars, Natic, Kazvez, and Ian Dominic all getting that one wrong. And then a few people, Jay Turner, JY Energy, Claire, Topper Effrontery, Jack Wilfred, and Procyon, Kegler, Pillow, Beer, Drew Dave, Tom, Puzzle, Dan. Not a jumble of numbers. There's so much flashing lights going on there. Walking away with 0. Let's go back to the game. Question 2 is worth £200. What word can follow banana in the name of an ice cream dish and 710 in the name of a bowling term? Split, strike, boat, nut.
That's a banana split and a 7-10 split, so split is my final answer.
Good, you got £200. Yes, the famous 7-10 split and, of course, the banana split. Let's take a peep into the lobby. Everyone who was there before is still there now. Let's go on. Question number 3 is worth £300. Which of the following fast food chains' mascots is a clown? Chick-fil-A, Arby's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Jack in the Box.
Okay, so no McDonald's. It's Jack in the Box. Final answer.
Right, Archie, you got £300. I was also sat here waiting for McDonald's to show up, but glad Jack in the Box did. Sue says frantically, where is McDonald's? Is this McDonald's? We'll do a meme right here.
Someone's got to make that in chat at some point.
Is this McDonald's, Jack in the Box? Is this McDonald's? Cola, Matt the Ref getting that one wrong. Big Man Aaron walking away with £200. On we go. Question number 4 is worth £500. Take a look at this. What animal is found on the cover of Eat, Shoots and Leaves, the Zero Tolerance Approach to Punctuation? Penguin, cat, ape, panda.
Eats, shoots, and leaves. The only correlation I can draw here with shoots and leaves... I think it's a panda.
Do you want to play?
Panda, final answer.
The penny bonus is going up, so the log has just scrolled up, but it's right on, so you've just won £500. Get your penny bonus in now, if you like, and hopefully the log will print. I will add those pennies to the spreadsheet tomorrow morning. Yes, Eat, Shoots and Leaves is a Panda reference. I'm not sure if our friend Panda has seen this. Let's I'll talk about that in a bit. No drama in the lobby at that point. Right, Shadowmane, this is the last point where you could go away with nothing. Question number 5 is worth £1,000. You've got all 4 lifelines still intact. Let's take a look. Let me know what you want to do. Question 5 for a guaranteed £1,000. Which of these is the capital of a country that has a land border with exactly one other country? Which of these is the capital of a country that has a land border with exactly one other country? Canberra, Lisbon, Kingston, Tokyo.
I was a little bit worried, but now I remember. Canberra is Australia, Tokyo is Japan, Kingston, I can't entirely remember, but Lisbon is Portugal, and the only country that Portugal has a border with is Spain, so Lisbon, final answer.
Right answer, just won £1,000. Well played. Kingston, the capital of Jamaica, I believe.
I see.
To be another island nation, meaning it has no land borders. Very well played, Shadowman. You're up to £1,000. No drama. All 4 lifelines intact. A couple of people walking away in the lobby there. Samster, Silent Marina, Podonuevo, DC Simmons, and Oh Hey. or walking away with £500. Thank you to Harpy11 for the follow. Welcome to the fam. Lovely to have you here. Everybody else still in the lobby and live and kicking. Shadowmane, up to £1,000 with no drama. You've still got all 4 lifelines intact. 50-50, phone a friend, ask the audience, ask the host. Question number 6, you might as well play. It's worth £2,000. Don't lose anything if you give me a wrong answer, but do have a go. Do have a look at question number 6, worth £2,000. Let me know what you'd like to do. Also known as the dog star, Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, lies in what constellation? Orion, Cassiopeia, Ursa Minor, Canis Major.
Okay. I was slightly worried until I saw D. It is probably going on all the dog theming. It's Canis Major, final answer.
Right answer, you just won £2,000. Yes, Canis Major, or the big dog, to give it its correct Latin translation. Very, very nicely done. And the dog star Sirius, also known from Harry Potter. Sirius, who transforms into a dog. Proogs walking away with £1,000. M. Clemson attempting and getting it wrong and leaving us with £1,000. Everyone else who was alive is still alive. Over in the lobby game, in the hot seat game rather, you've still got all 4 lifelines here. Shadowmane, question number 7 is worth £4,000 if you give me a right answer. You lose £1,000 if you're wrong, but 4 lifelines if you need to use them. Do use them. That's what they're there for. Question number 7 worth £4,000. Take a look at this. A member of the Honour Society, Mu Alpha Theta, might participate in which of the following events? Spelling Bee, Quiz Bowl, Calculus Competition, Sommeliers Examination.
Calculus Competition, I don't believe so, because that's maths. Sommelier's Examination is cooking. Mu Alpha Theta, those are all letters in the Greek alphabet. And if I'm believing what I think I'm believing, it would most likely be a spelling bee.
You want to play?
Because I can't draw the correlation between Quiz Bowl and Mu Alpha Theta. So yeah, I'm going to play spelling bee, final answer.
Shadowmane, it's the wrong answer.
Wait, what?
It's a calculus competition, is what it is.
Well then.
Mu Alpha Theta.
You learn something new every day.
You do indeed.
I was seriously leaning on the alphabet side because Mu, Alpha, and Theta are all part of the Greek alphabet.
Also, Mu for M, Alpha for A, Theta for TH. Math may have been a bit of a clue there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, math was the answer. And we've come crashing to a halt. 4 lifelines left.
And, no one has made it to tier 3 tonight.
So it would seem. ABME, Oni, Keshi Head, Zeus's, Tyson Bane, all with you getting the wrong answer. We Like Shapes and Mr. Quiz Worthing walking away. Innis, Aztha, Nano Out, and It Sotley all surviving the lobby. And our final game of Millionaire comes to an abrupt end. Shadowmane, I'm really sorry, but that's the end of the line.
Hey, you know what? We've all had fun tonight. I've had a question pack be proved. I've played a question pack. I'd say I've had a good night tonight.
Well, that's good to hear, and thank you very much for your good sportsmanship. You leave us with £1,000, and we will cement that on the leaderboard in the morning. Thank you very much to Shadowmane. Let me do your outgoing jingle. There we go. Total prize money, £1,000. Thanks to Shadowmane. So, a rather abrupt ending to that. Let me just go to the right screen. I'll go to Be Right Back for now, just until I've turned the camera on. Let's go chat with Cam. No, let's go to just monitor. I have got just monitor there. Oh no, I don't want. I want just Cam, not just monitor. But I need to turn the camera on in OBS. There we go. Hello. So, yeah, a rather abrupt end to the third question pack of the night, and Procyon's question pack beating Shadowmane, who jumps the gun a little bit and leaves us with £1,000. But
hopefully, excuse me. Hopefully, we've all had a good time all the same. It's 11:30. I've gone on rather later than I expected, but that'll happen when I waffle away. Sorry if I've been a little bit off tonight. I don't feel like I have been off, but I also feel like I made some rookie errors on that face-off game and the face-off matches tonight, and I feel really daft about that. And I'll go and talk with the adjudicators about that in due course. But yeah, so that concludes Switcheroo week. So if you don't normally get to be here on a Tuesday or a Saturday or whatever, you've had a chance to see what happens on the other ones. Over the coming months, I will do some more of these so that you get a chance to play other games if you're only able to be here at one or the other. And I think sort of once every 5 to 6 weeks, we're going to do a bit of a switcheroo and switch things up. So next up is Tipster tomorrow with Pinnacle Larder at 7. Matt's here on Monday 7:30. Or Take It or Leave It. I'm back with Blockbusters and the Code. More classics action on Tuesday. Blockbusters and the Code Tuesday night at 8. Ash is here on Wednesday with 15 to 1. Thursday, Quizzy Dan doesn't have a quiz but has got some stuff. Ash is back again on Friday with, I said it earlier on and I forgot, The Vault. The Vault is what it is on Friday. And then I'm back next Saturday with Oni's question pack for Bidding War. And of course, 2 more games of Face Off as that final approaches ever closer. The plan for this season is to do the face-off final as a big end of season thing. So the face-off final will be the end of the season, as it were. They may have a break on the Tuesday and then come back on the Saturday starting season 4. Good lord, we're up to season 4 already. I know it's quite a short season. Season 2 and 3 have been quite short. That's to counterbalance the unbelievable length of season 1, which was like 53 episodes plus a post-season. So yeah, that's what's going on there. LK is streaming, so let's go and raid LK. I think we should do that. Is it / or /? I can never remember. Raid. It is. Let's go and raid Liquid Courage. Can I get the spelling right? LIQUID _ KOU. Is there an underscore? Is there an underscore? Let me open that in a new tab and find out. Yes, there is. _ KOURGAJE. So we're going to go and raid Liquid Courage. Go and give them some love. Raid message is going to be raid message. Give me a raid message quick, because we've only got 40 seconds for a raid message. Sonic with a question mark. I like that, Preach. Sonic with a question mark. Let me put that into the chat if the bot lets me. That's a raid message, Sonic, to Liquid Courage. We're going to go give them a raid, share some love, and spread it around a little bit. Thank you so much, everybody, for turning up tonight. Lovely to have you here. Thank you for all your support, all the followers and subscribers and players and question writers and proofers and all the rest of it. I have been Royal Flush until Tuesday night when I'm back with Blockbusters and the Code. I wish you a very peaceful rest of the weekend. Stay safe, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous to each other. Until next time, I've been Royal Flush. Take care, peace out, and good night.